down. Natsu looking for a little bit more than need. Oh, Natsu, he turns the corner, finds one immediate. Unfortunately, it weighs really good stuff. Helping catches him off guard. It's not helping because he has to have
Kami berdiri sebagai satu. CFLC, kami datang.
Sebelum ni saya pernah menjadi professional player untuk game Battle Royale selama 8 tahun. Dan sekarang saya nampak satu peluang untuk menyinar kembali dalam e-sport ni. Teamwork dalam tim sekarang bagi saya makin improve. Better daripada National Qualifiers sebab kita orang pun ada player-player baru dan juga orang kata fresh environment lah. Player-player semua ni, diorang dah adapt dengan pressure, diorang dah tahu how to play the game. Diorang dari segi mechanical skill memang high level lah. Bagi saya benda tu sangat bagus untuk team O2. So, of course kita orang akan target untuk champion untuk season kali ini. Jadi, kita tengoklah macam mana. Bertahun-tahun kita orang dah bermain secara kompetitif. Tapi untuk CFL kali ini, kita orang akan datang dengan lagi confident dan juga lagi bersedia. Berhati-hatilah kalau jumpa dengan O2 Hehe.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back again. Another week of the Southeast Asia CrossFire Legends Championship. Ako nga pala muli, si Goku TV, at kasama ko ngayon, isa sa mga casters natin dito sa CrossFire Legends na si Maximus. Maximus, kumusta ka naman?
Okay lang. And like what we talked about habang di pa nagsistart yung live stream, parehas tayong may sakit. Kaya sa mga nanonood dyan, you stay safe guys kasi syempre ulan, init, alam niyo na.
Ayan. Kumbaga, di mo maintindihan kung ano yung weather ngayon. No? So, kayo guys,
Exactly.
kung kayo ay pauwi pa lang sa inyong mga bahay, ay ingat-ingat kayo. Pero habang kayo ay pauwi, manood muna tayo ng CrossFire Legends Championship. And this is week number 2 na tayo, day number 1. And nung last week, grabe yung ginawa ng mga Vietnamese teams. Wala pa silang talo, no? 2-0 pareho. Evolution at saka yung Heartfire, pero meron tayong isang PH team na wala pa rin talo, and that is Kadiliman Esports. Ano masasabi mo doon, Maximus, sa walang talo ng Kadiliman Esports?
Actually, it's very shocking like what we talked about kanina din na Kadiliman Esports just started playing this type of game or the Crossfire just weeks before it got released. So napaka-interesting nung gameplay din nila. So most probably they already adapted their skills from different experiences that they had before. So hopefully tuloy-tuloy yung kanilang performance, especially against Vietnamese teams. But let's go ahead and check out the schedule and prize pool. So tapos na tayo dun sa Open Qualifiers and National Qualifiers that was held last year. So ngayon meron tayong 1 whole month just for the group stages. And kailan nga uli yung semis and grand finals?
Ayan, yung semifinals and finals will happen next month. And by the way, Happy New Year nga pala sa'yo, no? Maximus, grabe, no?
Happy
Ngayon lang
New
tayo
Year,
ulit
Happy New Year.
nag-usap, no? Ngayon lang din tayo nagkita muli. Pero online na. Pero again, the prize pool here is the most important thing kasi napakalaki. $45,500 ang pinaglalabanan. At ito yung mga pagdadaanan nila or napagdaanan na rin nila. Pero ngayon ay tayo nandito na sa group stages. At yung top 4, meaning yung top 2 ng bawat grupo, group A and B, sila yung papasok sa may semifinals. And then yung top 2 doon, pupunta na nga sa grand finals at paglalabanan nila kung sino nga ba ang magiging kampiyon dito sa tournament na to.
That's right. Best of 5 pa yon. So, Battle of Endurance din. So, pretty exciting as well. But today, manonood tayo ng malulupit na laban from Group A and B. So, from Group A, we are seeing Vanguard Familia, Evos, Full Sense, O2, and also Evo. Itong mga Dragon na to, actually, napanood ko rin yung gameplay nila. They are actually very interesting and also very scary at the same time since they're also undefeated, di ba? Paano ba naman sa Group B?
Grabe, sa Group B naman, we have 2 undefeated teams. Kadaliman Esports and Heartfire. Meron din naman tayong ibang teams kagaya ng eArena na 1-1 na ang record pero yun nga lang para Mythic at saka yung TXD wala pang kapanapanalo. O2 ang score nila. And speaking of O2, O2 din ang O2 Esports at kalaban nila ngayon ang team ng Evos ng Indonesia na 1-1 at sila ang una nating serye. At after nun, meron tayong main event na kung saan ay maglalaban ng Vietnam team na Heartfire. Wala pang katalo-talo, 2-0 versus the 1-1 eArena ng Thailand. And sa mga nanonood dyan, at actually sa'yo rin, Maximus, kung di pa kayo nakakapag-predict sa Esports Center, mag-predict na kayo kung sino ang gusto nyong manalo. Pero ito na, yung lineup ng O2 Esports.
Alright, we have Drax, Manzi, Nine, W Kid, and also Eustace. You know, napanood ko rin naman yung mga matches nila before. Their performance is actually pretty good. It's just that they're getting cut off short. So medyo kinukulang eh. Hindi nila natatapos yung game ng tama because the other team is actually being, you know, very challenging for them. So hopefully, for today's match, ma-overcome nila yung pagkukulang nila that happened last week as well. So now, let's check out the lineup as well for Evos. We have Oxyrin, Mineral, Mier, KF, and also Nerve. Actually, very interested ako sa playstyle ng Evo, especially from KF kasi nakita ko rin yung gameplay niya. He can transition from a lurker to a team player right off the bat. So, very interesting ang Team Evos here from Indonesia. And now I'm excited versus in between Malaysia versus Indonesia.
And tama ka nga doon, no? Regarding kay KF, grabe tong player na to when it comes to the sniping capabilities. Pero yun nga, no? On the side ng O2 Esports, kailangan natin bantayan itong si Eustace, no? Ang pangalan niya dati, no? He's an ex-pro player, Maximus, no? Sa ibang laro. And right now, here in CrossFire Legends, he's also a very good sniper player here for the squad of O2 Esports. So, yun yung dalawang, para sa akin, head-to-head dito, no? Itong si Eustace, aka ang dati niyang pangalan, si Putra. Yang Putra na yan ng O2 Esports, aka Eustace ngayon, kalaban niya ngayon itong si KF, no? These are ex-pro players from that same game before and now they're playing still together here, going at it, Indonesia versus Malaysia. And here in CrossFire Legends, titignan natin, no, kung sino nga bang masangat. Titignan din natin, no, kung mananalo na nga ba ang O2 Esports. Pero bago ang lahat, pasalamatan muna natin ang ating sponsor. We have the Oppo Reno 14 5G, Oppo Reno 14 Series Smooth Legend. Guys, kung wala pa kayong cellphone dyan, kung luma na yung device nyo, ito na yung chance nyo, i-add to cart nyo na yan, mamaya i-pay later nyo na lang yan, at para magkaroon na kayo ng bagong device.
Napakalupit din na itong phone na to. Na-experience natin yan last year. We were able to use this type of mobile phones using CrossFire Legends. Napaka-smooth, napakaganda maglaro. So, try it out as well.
Yeah, try it out as well. And also, you need to try out as well itong OpsBot Meet 2 gaming webcam. Kung wala pa kayong pang webcam, no? Kami meron na. And sana naman, no, baka naman OpsBot, no, baka mabigyan nyo kami ng OpsBot gaming Meet 2 gaming webcam para nga makita natin kung gaano kaganda itong webcam na to. Yung webcam na to, i-capture ang panalo, i-stream ang yung kwento mamaya. Maximus, makikita natin, ginagamit to mismo ngayon ng mga players sa mga kani-kanilang mga studio, no? Makikita natin yung mga pag-fist bump nila, yung mga pagtawa nila, or minsan may mga little bit of banters, pero meron din tayong bago. Ito yung bago actually, no? From January 12 to January 17, log in to receive right now the VVIP weapon, yung QBZ03 jewelry. Rotates weekly, so don't miss out. Ikaw ba, nakuha mo na ba yan?
Oo, nakuha ko. Nakakakuha ko lang kanina actually. So don't miss it out kasi napaka-short span lang ng availability nitong baril nito. So kunin nyo na agad. Log into your CrossFire Legends at maglaro na rin tayo, guys.
Ayan, napakabago niya, no? Kung yung iba gumagamit ng AK-47, yung iba M4, why not, di ba? Why not Coconut?
Yes,
itong
that's right.
QBZ na pinakabago. At shoutout nga pala kay Kuku Alcacid, no? Kuku Alcacid, what if dyan sa Black Up? Sabi niya, replay to. Oo, replay to, mga kaibigan. Tayo ay pupunta sa ating matchup. At ngayon, titingnan natin ang mga players ng Indonesia. Ito sila Oxyrin, sila Mineral, si KF. Ang pinaka dapat natin ipag-focusan dito, Maximus, is yung pinaka-apat, no? Coming from the left-hand side. Ito si KF, yung sniper nila, and sabi mo nga, very flexible kasi minsan nagpapalit siya from a sniper going to a rifle.
That's right. And as for the O2, yes, we are seeing, not really good start for O2, pero like what I said earlier, maganda ang kanilang performance. It's just that kulang pa. So maybe after that week, nakapagpahinga na sila and they were able to, check out what's wrong and what they're lacking. So now they chose O2 chose Power Supply. Ooh, that's a really great starter map. And Black Widow for Evos, and the decider will be Desert. Oh, normally nakikita natin Desert yung starting map, di ba? Second or starting or second map. Ngayon nakikita natin as a decider. So Power Supply will be our starting map. Very interesting and also very exciting map here. Maraming lusutan. Actually, ini-expect ko nga yung bagong map yung gagamitin nila ngayon. Pero so far, diba? They chose Power Supply. Most probably, O2 would like to play it safe. Dun sila sa sobrang familiar silang map.
Well, tingnan natin kung magkakaroon tayo mamaya ng festival dun sa susunod na serye. Pero pag-usapan natin tong Power Supply, no? Yung Evos, if I'm not mistaken, nanalo na sila dyan sa may Power Supply map na yan last week. Pero yung O2 Esports picking Power Supply, I'm not really sure, no? Kasi never pa silang nanalo, no? In any map last week. So tingnan natin, no? Kung meron nga ba silang bawi, kung nabasa na ba nila yung gameplay ng ibang mga teams. And at the same time, kung nabago na nga ba nila yung kanilang approach, no? When it comes to playing this game. And kita-kita naman natin ngayon, no? Kung last week, nung last series nila, Maximus, itong si Drax, yung pangalawa, yung inaayusan ng upuan, siya yung playing coach ng O2 Esports kasi last week hindi siya naglaro at siya yung nagiging coach nila kapag nagta-timeout sila. So ngayon siya yung maglalaro. Hindi natin alam kung paano magiging approach netong team na to ngayon.
Tama. And, what's really important here is we can see that these teams are actually having fun as well. Kahit pa-start pala yung match. Makikita naman natin, or we're seeing, na kahit intense yung laban, masaya pa rin sila sa ginagawa nila. This is what's really important here when it comes to CrossFire Legends Esports, di ba? As long as they're enjoying and also they're winning their matches or either losing, masaya pa rin sila sa kanilang outcome. So ngayon, we're just waiting for a few moments as we start off game number 1 for today. Really interesting. So like what I always ask, Kuku, who are you voting between these two?
Oh, actually, that's a good question, ha. Kasi ako, pumunta ako sa app sa Esports Center. Ang pinredict ko, Evos. Siyempre, hindi tayo dun sa O2 Esports kasi O2 na sila eh. Mahirap nang magkamali, no? So, I would go with the Indonesians here for this series. Ikaw ba? Sino ba na-pick natin, boss?
Actually, sa prediction, Evos ako. Pero,
pareho tayo.
When I saw yung gameplay ng O2, gusto kong makita yung stretch ng skills and capabilities nila eh. Kasi, kitang-kita mo naman, pag pinanood mo or ni-rewatch mo yung gameplay nila, maganda yung start. But when it comes to finishing yung kanilang playstyle o kaya kapag nakabawi na yung kalaban, medyo nahihirapan sila dun eh. So I'm actually waiting for them to do a different type of approach para at least makabawi sila and get that first win against Evos in this group stages.
Well, sabi nga nila, bilog ang bola, bilog din ang logo ng O2 Esports at bilog din
Yes, tama.
ang win nila ngayon kasi 0 ang win ng or actually even the win rate of O2 ngayon is 0.
Yeah,
So tingnan natin kung magbabago nga ba ang ihip ng hangin for O2 Esports para sa araw na to. But let's look back sa kanilang mga laro nung nakaraan. O2 Esports, they battled against one of the strongest teams nung last week, which is Team Evolution. And natalo sila doon. O2 nga sila doon. And yung pangalawa nilang laro, kaya nga sila na O2, is they played against Vanguard Familia from the Philippines. So, di ba, walang kabayas-bayas
ang kalaban.
Oo, nasa PH broadcast tayo. Syempre, Vanguard Familia tayo doon. Pero,
totoo.
nagkaroon din naman sila ng magandang laro against Vanguard Familia. Kumbaga, feeling ko, itong O2 Esports Maximus, medyo mabagal ang nila, yung learning curve nila when it comes to playing this game, which is CrossFire Legends. And now that we are in the second week, at siguro nakapag-grind na to, nakapagbatak na to, nag-scrims na rin sila all at the same time, we might see a different O2 Esports going into this game.
Tama. All right, so we are now approaching game number 1 between the Masters of Waves versus the Tigers of Malaysia. Very interesting here. So nag-warm up na rin sila. And actually, so far, when I checked out the gameplay of Evos, medyo nakakatakot din yung gameplay nila. Kasi yung talo lang naman nila is just because they're cutting off short when it comes to... So, kumbaga, hindi siya stumped hindi siya one-sided match. So, it shows na parang kaya nilang manalo against the tyrants that we're seeing, which is the undefeated on their group, which is Evo. So, let's see if O2 will be able to challenge Evos in this match.
Well, tama nga dyan when it comes to Evos playing against Evolution nung last week. Again, one of the strongest kasi talagang Evolution. Talagang mahihirapan doon yung Evos. Pero dito, let's see. Feeling ko magiging balance lang yung magiging performance nila against O2 Esports. And right now, we're about to start here in Power Supply. This is O2 Esports of Malaysia versus Evos Indonesia. Blacklist side naman magpupunta dito sa O2 Esports. Global Risk, ang dedepensa, ang Evos.
Alright, maagang bakbakan dito sa middle. And now, first blood. Getting that first blood from Evo. So medyo, napaka-aggressive ng ginagawa dito ng Evos. And now, they have a huge lead on this round. And there's one more or two more left here, which is Manzi and 9. And Manzi on fire, getting another kill here onto Evos. And now it's a 2v2 situation. 9 goes down. It's a 2v1. Let's not forget Manzi got a double. He might get a quad. And no, that's a shutdown from Evos.
Yan, shutdown nga ng Evos. That's a triple kill coming from Oxyrin. And tamang fist bump lang sa lahat ng mga players. And yan, kita-kita na naman natin yung ObsBot gaming webcam na gamit-gamit ngayon ng ating mga players. Kitang-kita natin yung mga faces. Nakita rin natin na kinilig si Majo. Nung last week, nakita mo ba yun? Namula si Majo.
Namula, yes. Saktong-sakto, kakapanood ko lang din nun kanina, kaka-rewatch ko lang din. So now, we're fast approaching game number 2. Grenades were already expended para ma-delay yung push ng O2 dito. And sumusugal ang O2, nag-push sila sa smoke. And they were able to get the kill onto Nerve. Now, inside A site, we're seeing Mineral trying to defend this site all alone. He was able to get the kill onto Manzi. And Kid and Manzi also went down. So we're seeing one player left here from O2. Disaster yung pagkakapush nila dito. But even though in Disaster, he almost got a quad kill after that push.
Yan. Si
Napakasugal
Mir
yung
naman.
ginawa ng O2 dun, ha?
Oo nga eh. Si Mir naman yung naka 3K this time around. So that's GG's for O2. Dun sa round na yan. Sayang, si Nain. Kamuntikan pang makain yung mga players ng Evos. Pero now it's a 2-0. Still, nahihirapan itong O2 Esports sa pagpasok. They have to be patient din, Maximus. Kung mapapansin mo, medyo nagmamadali sila.
Kasi yung pagpasok pa lang nila sa smoke, that was a huge luck na napatay nila si Nerve pagkapasok. Kasi if Nerve was able to prepare from that push, most probably mati-team wipe sila by just doing that. So now Drax went down with an AK from Mier. Oh, grenade! Buti nakaiwas dito sila Manzi. And now we're seeing another smoke play coming from Evos. Oh, nice push there! Ganda ng pagkakapush after that flash.
Pamuntikan pa nga doon ma-shotgun si Nerve pero naunahan niya yon. Pero ito na si Mineral with a double barrel. Ang tamang depensa lang ngayon ng O2. Sila na ang naiipit ngayon dyan sa may A-site banda. And player number 4, this is KF. Nagro-rotate na. Inaabangan ni Manzi.
Yun yung sinasabi ko, di ba?
And KF with the sniper. Nakita niya ng bagya pero di niya na-pull yung trigger. And right now, inaabangan na lang niya yung mga kakampi niya na baka siguro mag-overextend na kasi they have the numbers advantage here.
Yes,
pero parang
that's
si KF gumagalaw na yung C4 holder na sinain. Umiikot na rin, nagkakahanapan, nakakaramdam na rin sila na may nagro-rotate at parang iniipit sila. They're now getting boxed in. But itong sinain, medyo matalino. Iikutan pa ata itong si KF at nakita na nga niya, naksprayan na nga niya with a KK and there's a headshot. Another one for O2 and now makes it a 2v3.
Napakaganda ng placement dun ni Nain. He was able to punish yung pagiging aggressive ni KF, especially using that sniper. And now they were able to get that opening. Mapaplant nila ngayon ang C4 sa B site. They had the placement advantage or location advantage, but then the numbers are still on Evo's side. Manzi, low, went down by the hands of Mineral. Napaganda na placement dito ni Nain, pero whoa! He was able to get the kill. Unfortunately, there was a trade-off. Evos gets another win here for round number 3.
At madedefuse nga nila yung bomba, napakadaming oras. And there's gonna be a technical pause. Maximus. Meron na nagka-problema siguro, no?
Yep.
I think it's gonna be on the Evo side. Ayun na, parang nagtatawag na yung Marshall. Okay daw yung kay Oxirin. Pero yung kay... I'm not so sure kung sino talaga yung may problema. Feeling ko sa may Malaysian side eh. Kasi parang okay naman eh. Eh, nakahawak naman pala sila sa lahat ng mga cellphones nila. And again, they're using the Oppo Reno phone. So make sure to grab yours right now. At ayun nga, totoo nga yung Cygnus Maximus. Sa Malaysians nga yung may tech issue, no? So they're just trying to wait on para nga fair and square ang ating laban. And again, shoutout sa lahat ng mga nanonood dyan. Lalo na sa ating Red App. Ayan, hinahanap nila si Vince G. Si Vince G nagpapahinga.
Yeah, nagpapahinga si Vince G ngayon. Napakasipag ni Vince G. Actually, straight kayo last week, no? Straight from Wednesday to Sunday. And yeah, he deserves some rest.
Batak,
so now, yeah, totoo nga. Sunod-sunod ang bakbakan last week. Especially, na maiinit din yung matchups last week, di ba? So, dun nalaman kung sino ang magiging, ahead from week number 1. And yeah, still Vietnamese. And also, Kadaliman gets that 2-0 lead over the other teams who are also joining this event. So,
and nagtatanong sila kailan daw babalik si Vince G. Babalik siya sa Sabado. Yan.
Yes, sa Sabado. Asama ko siya sa Sabado for another matchup for Saturday and Sunday. So, abangan si Bossing Vince G.
Yeah, shoutout kay Junie Place, Junie Chan Place, ayan. At kay Ice Prag na laging nanonood dyan sa Red App. Para naman sa ating Blue App, wala pa tayong commenter. Sa Black App, sabi, rebroadcast daw to eh. Totoo ba yun?
Oo nga eh. Replay lang to. Replay.
Well, let's see kung rebroadcast nga talaga to. Ayun, si Lemon sabi, rebroadcast, no? Actually, sa mga nanonood dyan, mga, alam mo yun, yung mga nagko-comping ngayon, mga nagsiscreams ng CrossFire Legends. May nakikita ako yung may mga nag-organize na mga on-site, mga online tournaments. So, magandang to, no?
That's
Panoorin nyo. Makakuha kayo ng mga idea kung paano mag-setup ng place. At parang matatagalan pa tayo. Maximus sa ating technical pause. So, tayo magbabalik kami ang yung casters dito sa Crossfire Legends Championship Southeast Asia. This is yours truly, Coco TV, at kasama natin si the one and only Maximus. And Maximus, medyo nabitin tayo, no?
Kaya
With a
nga
3-0 already for
Yeah.
Evos. Ito pala, meron pala tayong silent viewer sa Blue App. Si Idol Enryu. Ayan, shoutout sa'yo.
What's up?
Ayan.
Shoutout sa'yo, Enryu. So, nabitin nga tayo doon kasi yung O2, nakukuha nila yung momentum paunti-unti. Di ba? They almost had that win from that round number 3. Unfortunately, maganda pa rin ang team play ng Evos. So, speaking of team play and also tutok, when I played Crossfire Legends for like 3 weeks straight na ata, may mga natututunan ako no? Hindi ko
Batak ka rin
tinigilan. Hindi ko tinigilan. Kasi nabugbog kami nung
wait lang
nung
naalala
1
ko
million
sumali ka sa 1 million peso challenge, di ba?
Yes.
Ako po.
Nabugbog ang team namin ni Yender which is also a content creator for Crossfire Legends. So, kaya gusto kong mag-practice gusto kong bumawi. No, diba? Tapos may mga natutunan ako. There's a huge difference between 3 taps of AK and also a spray and pray of AK-47, which I will also discuss. Speaking of AK-47, January 12 to January 17 lang available ang QBZ03 jewelry. Maganda yung design niya, and also it's just for free, di ba? Papasok lang
may
kayo,
parang
lalagin lang.
May parang babae na stop toy sa taas nung nung parang
diba?
sights niya. Pero
Dito,
wala lang.
cross.
Basta dun sa may bandang malapit sa stock niya. So, napakit to, lalo sa mga kababaihan na naglalaro ng Crossfire Legends. No? Kung gusto nyo ng pink, kung mahilig kayo sa mga pink na skin, ayan na. Ito na yung QBZ03 jewelry. Go log in right now. Merong merong mga gagawin kayong mga missions para makuha nyo yung permanent. Kasi, ibibigay sa inyo, pag nag-login kayo, bibigay sa inyo yung trial na skin. Pero, you have to do missions in order for you to get the permanent skin. So guys, kailangan nyo lang magbatak para nga makuha yung skin na yan. And may nagtatanong sa'yo, Maximus. Naka-off ba yung aim assist mo?
Naka-on. Naka-on so far. Darating tayo dyan. Mga probably after a month of playing, i-off ko na yan. So far. Kasi up until now, naka-on pa rin naman yung aim assist ko.
Anong aim assist gamit mo, pre? Anong aim assist? Yung advance, yung classic?
Yung advance.
Wow, advance.
Kailangan natin mag-practice. Diba?
Kasi
para sa susunod na 1
ko,
million challenge. Diba?
Nababalitaan ko sa mga ibang mga nagko-competitive, ang gamit nila, classic lang.
Oh.
Classic lang yung gamit nila. Yung iba, I'm not so sure sa lahat, pero karamihan ng mga narinig ko ng mga competitive, classic yung gamit nilang aim assist. So it really depends on your preference. Kumbaga, i-check mo yun sa diba? For sure, pumunta ka na ng firing range, diba?
Yes, firing range muna.
Pumunta ka na ng firing range, tinesting mo na yan, and kung ano yung mas pabor sa gameplay mo, yun yung pipiliin mo, diba?
Yes, that's right. And sobrang na-amaze din talaga ako sa players ng Crossfire Legends. I'm actually seeing players who stream as well, and na-amaze ako na minsan 4 fingers yung gamit nila.
Ay, grabe.
Actually ako 3 lang ganyan lang ako magamit. Meron ako nakikita ganun I was like, wow, amazing.
Kala mo gang sign na yan
Oh. Diba? So, it's very experienced, and nakakatuwa lang din since like what you mentioned earlier, meron na tayong community events na may nag-host na rin, may mga sumasali din, which is very interesting, and also nakakatuwa kasi nga the community is growing, and a lot of people are also enjoying joining this type of community events. So keep it up dun sa mga nag-organize.
Guys, wag niyo kalimutan yung nasa ilalim, nagsasalita lang kami dito about sa mga ganap sa Crossfire Legends, pero guys, go to the Esports Center event. Habang tayo naka-live actually ngayon sa Blue App, sa Red App at sa Black App, pwede rin kayo manood dyan mismo. And meron kayong makukuhang rewards, kung ilang minutes na kayong nanonood. So pag nakuha mo yung rewards, yung tokens, kasi meron dyang may redeem store dyan sa Esports Center event. Merong AK, merong pistol. Kayo na bahala kung anong gusto nyo, Pero yun nga, meron din kayong chance na mag-predict kung sino yung mananalo for today's series, no? Kung
Yep.
itong Evos saka O2 di pa nagsisimula. Ay, nagsimula na. Yung isang series hindi pa nagsisimula, so yun, pwede nyo i-predict yun. Unfortunately, since nagsimula na to, hindi nyo na siya mape-prediction. Pero kami ni Maximus ay na-predict namin yung Evos ng Indonesia.
Add nyo rin kami para pabuhat kami. Laro tayo. Anyway, so yun nga, like what I mentioned, may natutunan ako na kapag triple tap lang ng AK-47, mas less yung accuracy niya. Kaya pala, I was actually very confused bakit sobrang ganda ng tutok ng iba when it comes to spraying. So there's a huge difference pala kapag tinatap mo lang, paangat talaga yung bala eh. Kapag in-spray mo, mas madaling i-spray control in CrossFire Legends. So may mga basic stuff din ako natututunan ng ganun, kaanood ng mga content creators, and also tinatry ko rin habang naglalaro ko at nanonood sa nila. So support also content creators for CrossFire Legends kasi marami rin kayo matututunan sa nila, and you'll definitely enjoy watching them as well.
Actually sa clan ko, meron akong team, no, na nagsiscrims, meron akong team na nagto-tournament. May mga tinuturo sila sa akin eh na kung paano mas maganda yung tutok. It's not really yung pagkamalayo ha, hindi yung isi-spray mo talaga. Pag malapit, pag CQC, talagang
yun, di ba?
Isi-spray mo talaga
Spray
siya.
mo
Pero
talaga,
pagka
yes.
malayuan, tapos kung gusto mo yung parang malaspray yung yung galawan, hindi siya spray talaga, hindi mo yung didiinan talaga. Ano lang siya, itatap-tap-tap mo lang siya ng napakabilis. And kailangan mong i-practice yun sa firing range, no? Shoutout nga pala kay Snake sa clan ko, no, na nagturo sa akin nun. And actually tinuturo rin niya sa mga kaklan namin, no, na nagko-competitive. Pero yun nga, bago natin pag-usapan yan, pag-usapan natin yung nangyari kanina, no? Maximus.
Yeah, let's go back.
0-3 na. Ang O2 parang di ba ngayon O2 na sila, yung O2 Esports. Parang O3 ata to ng Evos, ha. Kailangan nilang
hopefully
baguhin.
not. Hopefully
kailangan
not.
Baguhin yung yung gameplay nila. Medyo nagmamadali sila sa pag rush sa mga sites.
Yes, that's true. Di ba nga, like what I mentioned earlier, sobrang sugal ng ginagawa nila. Pumapasok sila sa smoke. Oo, it can surprise your opponents, pero syempre, this is we're almost at the semi-finals and also grand finals as well for CrossFire Legends Championship. So, hindi pwedeng basta sugal lang kayo ng sugal pag nagpo-push, di ba? So, hopefully, they actually try to create a different type of play style like what they did round 3. Ganda nun. They actually became patient. The backstab nila si KF and they almost got the win after that C4 plant. Unfortunately, yun nga, maganda yung pagkakapush kasi ng Evos. So maganda yung trade-off nila. Hindi sila pa isa-isa, hindi sila nag-audition. Sabay-sabay silang pumapasok sa site, which is actually a very good team play. Kasi nga, from that team play, as long as you're spread out, hindi kayo mas-spray wipe ng inyong opponent and you can actually trade off kung sino man ang magpapakita on your screens.
At may nagtatanong dito kung merong Pilipino nga ba, no, sa ating araw na to. Merong Pinoy. Kami ni Maximus ang Pinoy.
Yes, kami
Coco
yung Pinoy
TV
today.
and Maximus, kami ang Pinoy para sa araw na to. Kung naghahanap kayo ng team, meron tayo bukas.
Bukas pa, yes.
So ang schedule bukas, guys, Vanguard Familia versus Evo. That's a must-watch para sa akin.
Yes.
Kasi malakas yung
same.
Evolution. Kung matalo ng Vanguard Familia yan, malaki yung chance na makapasok tayo ng semis. Yun lang yung masasabi ko for now. And then yung afternoon may laban is yung TXD versus Paramex Mythic. Malaysia versus Indonesia.
Yes, Indonesia.
Tapos sa Wednesday, meron din tayong Pinoy. Kadiliman versus Heartfire. Magandang laban din yun. Pero balik na muna tayo. Tapos na ang Tech Post, Maximus. Let's go. Round number 4.
Round number 4. Mainit-init ulit ang O2 dito. Let's hope na hindi sila magmamadali. And as you can see, Evos medyo aggressive dito. They actually tried to smoke mid. Ito na naman tayo sa sugal na push. O2 was able to get additional kill here for the team. Wow! Nakita mo yung sugal na yun. They were able to get 3 from that push. Well played by O2. I take it back, pero hopefully this will work again next round. Most probably Evos hindi nila na-predict na gagawin ulit ng O2 yung same playstyle that they did earlier.
And Evos will have to retake na. Maximus, sila ay dumadaan ngayon dyan sa may baba lang ng site. Pero si Eustace, naku po, yun lang, hindi tumama kanyang baril. As Oxyrin will take him down. It's now gonna be a 2v3 situation. May chance pa ang Evos now that they have this disadvantage. Uy, ito nga lang, yung pag-straight ng O2 sa likod. Si Kid. And O2 Esports getting a win in that round. So meaning nito, naka-recover na, no? All because of that tech pause. Itong O2 Esports.
That's true. And most probably yung Evos didn't really expect na pang-apat na beses na gagawin ng O2 yung papasok bigla sa smoke. So, but you know, it did pay off, and also O2 did have a really nice aim after that. And let's not forget na napakaganda din yung pagkakalurk doon ni Kid, because Evos could have won that match without Kid's help. So, at least maganda yung pagkakapasok.
Hoy, papasok!
And backstab.
Naku po, na-flash. Na-flash mga kaibigan ng O2 Esports. Nabulag sila ng malala. Mier will take 2, pero siya ay mawawala din. W-Kid, harap-harapan, spraying down on him. And now makes it a 1v1. W-Kid versus KF. A sniper versus an AK-47. Looks like itong si W-Kid ay magro-rotate patungong B. Parang alam na ata rin ni KF yung kanyang... Uy, nakita ata siya.
Oh no.
Nakita siya with that last moment. And KF knows na may dumaan dyan sa may left-hand side. So kailangan niya magabang. KF though, di tumama kanyang bala. Yun lang. Yung shot niya. That one shot is very crucial. And O2 Esports now makes it a 3-2.
Wow, humahabol. Humahabol ang O2 dito. So, napaganda na ginawa niya dun ha. He didn't actually fully commit sa pagplant because he knows na nakita siya ni KF. So, most probably KF will just take advantage while he's planting. So, what he did is he actually tried to push in instead. Medyo na off guard si KF doon, and now we're approaching round number 6. Ito na naman si Drax. Nagpo-push na naman. Makakuha ng kill. There you go! Drax gets the first kill onto that game. Eustace low on HP. 2 players alive here from Evos, which is KF and also Oxyrin, na nagbabantay ng B site. Nag-rotate na rin sila agad. They already expected that the Evos, or I mean O2, will go full throttle on this round, and now they were able to sandwich their opponent O2. Oh, napakaganda na placement doon. Manzi was able to get the kill, and Manzi gets the triple from that round. 3-3. 3-3.
Wow. And a timeout by the Indonesians. Evos right now needs a breather. Maximus.
Papa-time out
And
ka talaga dun.
By the way, shoutout nga pala kay Vince G. Ayan, sabi niya kung replay to, isa-shoutout ako ni Kuku. Ayan, replay siya mga kaibigan.
Replay. Alright, so anyway, going back, mapapa-timeout ka talaga. 3-0 run in favor of O2. Diba? Most probably, hindi ini-expect ng Evos na full throttle game mode ang O2 dito, no?
Well, for O2, ang ganda nung para sa akin, I would call it a controlled chaos. Yung kanilang galawan as the Blacklist faction dito sa laban na to against Evos. Kaya ako nasabi yun kasi nga, yung pagpasok ni Drax, men, pasok na lang ng alam mo yun, yung basta-basta na lang na alam niya na mayroong magbabantay either on the left or the right. And maganda rin kasi naman yung tutok ni Drax. And with him being able to go for the entry, nakakapag sila, pasok din sila right on the yung veranda area, no, at the A side. Tapos kung meron mang magpo-follow up dyan sa may gitna, no, while Drax is doing that entry, nakakapasok sila almost everyone, no, and they retain 3 or maybe even 4 players, no, after when they rush into the site. So let's see if babaguhin nila yung kanilang gameplay. Will it be the same? Pero uy, parang binago ata ng Evos yung kanilang mga ginagawa. Ang daming utilities ngayon. Ang binabato, sumasabog na nga, at meron pang mga flash na pambulag dyan sa may O2 Esports, at parang wala atang smoke. Ayun, naglagay na sila ng smoke sa mid. Pero ito na yung pagpasok, nabulag nga lang. And now the first kill will be taken by Nerve. Wow. And now for O2, they're left with only 2. Oh no! Evos gets the upper hand, and si Nain, hindi na siya makagalaw. The man who can't be moved, mga kaibigan. Pero parang Alam na ata ng Evos kung saan manggagaling ang mga players sa O2.
Napakaganda nga ng ginawa dito ng Evos. They adapted to what O2 is doing. Hindi sila nag-commit agad ng smoke early sa game. And what they did is, konting gunshots pa lang, nag-rotate agad yung other player here from the B side. And now we're seeing another mess here onto 9, waiting for the right moment here. Most probably he's just waiting to get another frag here for the economy, for the team. And there you go, Evo secured that round. So, like what I said, ang ganda ng ginawa ng Evos. Hindi sila nag-overcommit ng utilities nila. Inintay nila yung O2 mag-commit ng the flash early. 4 or they did a 4-man defense on A site. Once na narinig na agad nila na nagpo-push or nagra-rush in ang O2 sa A site. Now they went back to their previous gameplay. Makikita mo naman sa minimap na 2 of 3 ang kanilang defense in favor of A site. And now wala pa ring smoke. Pero ito na nga, since walang smoke, full throttle na naman si Drax.
Walang utilities na ginagamit. Pasok lang ng pasok, mga kaibigan. Ipasok mo na habang butas pa yan. Pero O2, naku po, yung Evos down to 1 player left remaining. Pero makabawi itong si KF, making it a 1v1. A double kill there from KF. And Evos can now deal with Manzi. And hindi pa napaplanta yung C4 na drop, mga kaibigan. Itong C4 na to na ngayon ay parang makukuha na ata ni Manzi. Manzi will now have the chance to go for the plant. Ipaplanta nga ba niya yung kamote? Parang sinusundan pa niya si KF. Grabe yung galawan ng O2.
Kaya nga, or most probably he will go to B site. And ayun, nihintay niya lang magkamali dito si KF. Since nakatalikod si KF sa kanya, will he overcommit onto this? Manzi? Ayan na! Magkakasalisiyan. Kaya ayun, nakita siya ni KF agad. 1 HP na dream si KF and also si Manzi. Pareha silang 3 HP left. So, isang bala na lang. Who will actually commit the huge mistake here on this round? There's 39 seconds left on the clock. And Manzi!
Manzi gets that clutch play. Tying things up here 4-4. Sabi ng O2, hindi na natin kailangan i-planta ang kamote. Wala naman tayong aanihin dyan eh. Patayin na lang natin sila. Idaan natin sa firepower. And again, the firepower of O2 Esports is being shown right now. Again, it always starts with Drax, man. Napakaganda ng pasok niya lagi.
He's actually one of the perfect entry fraggers for O2, definitely. Ito na naman. Wala pa ring smoke onto mid. He knows where to lurk. And there you go, a trade. Magandang trade yon. And now O2 on the lead, pushing in onto A side. Pero maganda rin ang rotation dito ng Evos. After that huge defense from Evos, KF nag-commit agad ng kanyang lurk and they were able to stop O2 from that full throttle push onto A side.
Na-realize din ng Evos, men. Yung pasok lagi ni Drax, lagi niyang tinitingnan yung left side. So, ang ginawa naman nila ngayon, yung right side naman, dun sila tumambay. At doon lang nagkamali si Drax. And shoutout nga pala kay Kim Marino dyan sa Blue App. Sabi niya, shoutout from Samar. Grabe, napakalayo niyan.
Solid.
Hindi pa ako napunta dyan. Napunta lang ako sa Cebu, dyan sa may Visayas.
Oh, nice. Actually, ako nakadalaw na rin ako doon since my mom lives there. So, pretty fun place to be. And now, going back onto the game, O2, nakita mo naman, nag-iba yung playstyle nila. They actually did a split push onto A and also B side. Pero mukhang this is gonna be a disaster, losing mineral and also nerve pretty early. But they were able to push in onto A site. Di sila nag-overcommit. They're just waiting for Evos to push. Woo! Nice skill there from 9. Napakaganda ng wallbang from that sniper. And now Evos, Mier, looking forward on getting additional kill here. And medyo nahihirapan mag-push dito ang Evos. So, napakaganda ng pagkaka-push in sa smoke ng O2 dito. And now, last player alive here will be KF. And naubos ang bala ni KF.
Naubos yung bala. Yun yung mahirap din, pag naglalaro ka rin sa RG, May mga times na may kaharap kang player tapos hindi tumama yung mga bala mo tapos naubos yung bala.
Ayun na nga.
Ang hirap protektahan ng sarili. Well, you have the secondary weapon though, di ba?
Yes, that's right. Pero yun nga, minsan kasi hindi rin enough kapag nag-secondary weapon ka. So you'll just wait for the luck na maiwasan mo lahat ng bala from your opponent. And to, nag-smoke na agad ang O2, pero ginaya ng Evos yung playstyle nila. Wala silang pakialam sa smoke, full throttle push din sa A site. And now O2 is caught off guard, getting that double and also a triple already from Evos. Dire-diretso lang. They just waited for the right moment habang nagsahagis ng bomba ang O2, and they were able to trade off that push onto, or translate that push to a triple kill onto A site. Now Evos has a huge lead onto this round, and Manzi, last player alive here from O2. Sobrang delikado ng kanyang position here because there's 5-man guarding, 1 lurking as well, and nahirapan. Ito na nga, meron pang utilities na hinagis ang Evos. Manzi, meron pa bang pag-asa dito si Manzi para maging clutch play? Probably a 5-kill game here. So, wala na.
Wala na, hinabol eh.
Kaya nanggigil na yung Evos dito.
Nanggigil na yung Evos. And it's actually a taste of your own medicine, no?
Totoo.
Na ginawa ng Evos for O2 Esports. And wala rin nagawa itong O2. They didn't really had a chance. Kailangan mo talagang gamitin, no, yung mga utilities na meron ka. You have the smoke, you have the flash. You have to utilize every utilities na meron ka in order na hindi makapasok agad-agad yung kalaban mo. Lalo na yung blacklist side. Kailangan magamitan mo sila ng utilities. And right now, it's a 2-3 split. Parang di pa natin alam kung saan nga ba mismo papasok itong team ng Evos. Pero parang alam na natin kung saan to magsisimula. Probably on the A side because they have the C4 dyan sa may A. Hawak-hawak ni Mier currently right now. At parang ginagawa nila, no, binibait lang nila itong mga players na nasa B. May dalawang nagpasabog doon ng mga utilities, and right now smokes will be pop off as well. So, kwartyado masyado, no? Itong Bravo site, pero nakita na nga nila itong si W Kid. Anong ginagawa mo dyan? Nakita ni Mineral. And now Evos finds an opening, pero si Useless nandyan, nagbabantay lang. And Useless, uy! Naku po! With that shotgun, oh my goodness, napatay na nga niya. And another one, striker shotgun now. Oh my G, Evos, ubos.
Yeah, shotgun master from Eustace. Napakaganda ng pagkakapush niya doon sa A site balcony. So he was able to translate multiple kills from that round, and he was able to turn the tables. So actually, napakaganda rin naman ang ginawa doon ng Evos. They actually tried to play mind games, and it worked. O2 did a quad player defense sa A site. It's just that, you know, ang ginawa na ng Evos ito, they did a slow push instead. Pero, ewan ko, ang ganda ng ginawa doon ng Useless. And now going back onto this match up or round, we're seeing Evos still trying to do mind games against O2. So they were able to at least get a huge advantage on A site. 4-man push, and Eustace waiting for the right moment. Napatay si Eustace ni Mineral. Napaganda ng pagginawa ni Mineral doon kasi alam na niya na gagawin na naman ni Eustace ang same playstyle that he did from the previous round.
Nasalisi si Eustace eh. Yung security guard na may shotgun. Nasalisi ng mga Evos, mga kaibigan, hindi nakatingin. Pero ito na yung rush nila patungong B. At bukas na bukas. And nice setup with the smoke as well para hindi nila makita yung mga players na papasok. And the C4 will be planted. And it's now gonna be a retake here by O2 Esports. It is a 4v5 situation. Manzi gets one though. He goes in. Natumba niya itong si Mineral, pero meron nagtatago dyan sa may gate. You always have to check your corners. Evos though will take 2. And then now, nag-trade nga lang sila. Si Dax na nga lang ang natitira with that M4 on hand. Down to very low HP. Mapapatay pa nga niya isa, pero na-wallbang din. And that's gonna be a round for Evos.
Napakaganda ng trade doon. They almost got lined up there. O2 could have gotten the one, pero the win from the previous round. Pero ang ganda ng trade na ginawa doon ng Evos. And if you'll notice, hindi, di ba, nag-start sila pushing into A. When they got the kill to onto Eustace, lumipat agad sila ng B site. They were able to predict na magro-rotate agad ang buong team ng O2, which gave them the opportunity to plant the C4 onto the site without any challenges at all. Ganda ng ginawa doon ng Evos.
And right now, medyo slowly but surely ang kanilang approach. Medyo mabubulag yung mga dadaan sa eskinita dyan sa may balcony area, dyan sa may veranda. Pero ito na yung pagpasok nila KF, pero nagkahabang itong si Manzi. Sinong dadaan dyan sa box na yan ay babarilin ni Manzi with that AK. At nakita na nga niya, gets a headshot onto Mineral. And now they have the advantage here. Medyo bawas-bawas nga lang yung mga players ng O2 Esports. But again, they have the upper hand here. Uy, kaso napatay si Nain dun sa may Bravo site. So mare-report agad to. Maximus, pupunta agad itong mga players ng Evos para nga iplanta na ang kamote.
Yun, ang bilis din ng rotation dito ng O2. Unfortunately, there's a smoke that covers their vision. And Imier getting 1 kill before magplant ng C4. And that is a blind kill. Hindi niya kita na meron palang tao sa loob ng smoke. So, still, you know, that's actually one of the most important thing when you see a smoke. Still, try to shoot your bullets onto a smoke. And there you go. That's the final kill that they needed for that round. 2 points left for Evos to win game number 1 today. Hopefully, O2 will be able to catch up, but Evos is actually showing dominance on today's game.
Nakakagulat na close tong laban na to para sa akin in my opinion.
Yes.
Maximus. I would say yung Evos talaga when it comes to firepower and yung strategy, mas lamang talaga sila sa O2. Pero again, O2 Esports, a brand new O2. Ang nakikita natin ngayon, kaso si Nain hindi tatama. Ang kanyang sniper medyo late. Yung kanyang pull ng trigger. Right now, the smokes are popped up here. Diyan sa may mid, hindi makadaan ngayon ang players ng Evos. Pero maglalagay din ng smoke. Itong player ng Evos, player number 5 or player number 3 rather. Diyan sa may bandang B site. At parang setup yata sila. Feeling ko magro-rotate to kasi wala pa silang ginagamit ng utilities. Diyan banda sa may mid and even at the balcony area.
Ang ganda rin yung ginawa ng Evos dito, which is tingnan mo yung B site nag-use ng smoke utilities ang isa sa mga players nila just to make sure na mapapa-separate nila yung buong team ng O2. And there you go, 1 kill from Eustace with that shotgun again and again. Will he be able to get 2? Maganda placement niya sa balcony. Unfortunately, no! He got shot down by Mineral. Maganda pa rin ang playstyle dito ng Evos. Trade-off after trade-off. They actually make sure na pag may na-down sa team nila, bigay agad ng information, patayin agad kung sino ang nakapatay sa isa sa kanilang teammates. Now, Nain with that sniper, trying to get a kill here onto one of the players of Evos. Mineral, kitang-kita natin sa ating site. Then bounce off. Oh, KF gets that first kill onto this round. And will Nain be able to get another?
Uy, nice!
Woo-hoo!
10 seconds left remaining here. Maximus, wala nang oras. Kailangan niyang ma-defuse yung bomba. Pero again, that will be a 6-9. Nice one, Maximus. Ang ating score.
Like, ito yung pinag-usapan nyo before ni Boss Vince G, no? No, yung henerasyon ngayon, 6-7 tayo, balik
6-7 kasi yung henerasyon ngayon eh. Yan.
Tama. Alright, and now,
ano ba yun?
last point.
Generation mo ba yun, Maximus?
Yung alin?
Yung 6-7. Kasi kami ni Vince G, 6-9 generation namin eh.
Actually, in the middle ako eh. Kaya kaya kong i-adapt between. Alright, match point for Evos. They're losing nerve early onto this game. Quirk Serin will also go down. Medyo maganda yung pagkakapush dito ng Evos even though that they lost 2 players here onto their push. Eustace still has that shotgun ready. Kid and also Drax waiting for the right moment here to retake that side. 30 seconds on the clock from that C4 or they will lose this game.
25 seconds left to go here. Ito na yung security guard with a shotgun. Gets one. Pero pa ba isa? No! Siya ay mapapatay. And that's gonna be it. Here in Power Supply, Evos Indonesia will take this map win. At 1-0 na ang ating score. We're now gonna go ahead on to the next map, which is gonna be in Black Widow. And by the way, ang pumili ng mapa na ito is Evos. So, delikado ang O2 Esports.
So that's actually a pretty great run from Evos. And still, ito na naman yung sinasabi ko, di ba, Kuko? Yung O2, ang ganda ng performance, inulang na naman.
Kitang-kita natin ngayon, no, Max, yung power supply map 6-7 or 6-10 rather. Napapa 6-7 tuloy ako.
6-7.
Ayun, 6-10 na tayo, guys, no? Tapos na tayo dyan. You can see now, or you did saw, guys, yung control chaos na gameplay na ginawa ng O2 Esports. It was shut down by Evos. Parang ginawa lang din yung koning ginawa sa kanila. Kumbaga,
Yes,
if you do this to me, I'll do this to you as well. And for Evos, talagang nilamangan nila, no, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to firepower, at nakita naman natin, no, yung resiliency nitong team na to. And for the side of O2 naman, no, may mga glimpse tayo ng pag-improve nila, no, kasi if you look back nung last week, Maximus, sobrang nag-struggle sila, no, against the teams na nakalaban nila. Nakita tayo ng glimpse of hope, and we're not yet so sure kung kailan sila makakakuha ng taste of win, no, dito sa ating tournament na to.
That's right. Maybe it's because yung playing coach nila is naglaro na today. So maybe that's the reason why they were able to evolve their playstyle. Diba? So they just need probably more experience from this group stage. Again, this group stage will last 4 weeks. Marami pa, meron pa silang 3 weeks para magbawi-bawi. Hopefully, kung makabawi pa sila, since medyo mainit-init na rin ang mga susunod nilang laban. So let's see if O2 will be able to do a comeback against Evos for this game. As you can see from the highlights that we are seeing, even though na intense yung laban, makikita nyo naman that both teams are enjoying their games.
And again, it was a 6-9 and then it was a 6-10 in the final round. Sayang yung effort ninyo ano doon, ni Eustace, no, with that striker shotgun. Unfortunately, no, nauunahan siya lagi, no, with that AK-47. A different kind of meta being shown here as well by O2 Esports. Depending on a different gun, no, or loadout, no. Imbis yung mga regular na loadout, Maximus yung mga M4, AK-47, sometimes sniper, which is madalas mo makita sa mga Vietnamese teams. So it didn't work. So para sa'yo, Maximus, ano yung pwedeng gawin dito ng O2 Esports para manalo naman sila kahit isang mapa?
Most probably, they have to review kung anong type of playstyle ang ginagawa ng Evos, which is actually kind of complicated as well. If you'll check out what Evos did, they actually try to create a huge play first on one of the sites, and then kapag nakita na nung isang lurker nila na nagro-rotate na yung players from a different site, saka sila maglilipat ngayon ng site kung saan magpa-plant, which is nahihirapan yung O2 mag-adjust when they do that. And checking out the scores here, still close yung score and also close yung kills. As we can see, 16 kills on Tomier as well as KF from round or game number 1.
And bago ituloy yan, shoutout nga pala kay Steezy ng Sinag. Nanonood ngayon, no, sa ating Black App. So shoutout sa'yo, isa sa mga pro players, no, ng CrossFire Legends dito sa Pilipinas. And right now you can see here na talagang dinala ni Manzi yung O2 Esports, no, when it comes to the kill count. Drax was able to get those kills in the early rounds, pero parang nag-struggle din siya all the way through. And for Mier, meron siyang 16, 11, and 12. Siya ay yung MVP para sa mapa ng power supply with an average damage rate of 117.81. 6 na headshot sa ulo, grabe.
Mainit,
and meron siyang,
no?
1885 damage dealt. Grabe ka namang si Mier daw, kamukha nung kamukha daw nung runner sa kanila. Grabe ka naman Pero yun nga, no, napakaganda nung ginawa dito ni Mier. And not just Mier, it's also KF, I would say. One of those players for Evos na talagang nag-i-initiate, no, nung mga kills in the early stages of every map na nilalaro nila.
All right, and he's the one who actually tried to switch things up between the lead from O2. And checking out the head-to-head scoring here, Manzi versus KF. Both of them are actually very flexible. So KF, like what I said earlier, very flexible when it comes to his playstyle. Pwede siyang nagiging lurker, pwede rin siyang nagiging entry frag, which is also what Manzi is also doing. He actually secures the trade-offs for his teammates. So as you can see, napakaganda ng stats ng O2 doon. So now going to the maps. Again, Evos chose power supply, but Evos was able to get the kill or get the win against O2 on that map that O2 picked. Now next, ito na nga, blacklist, and ang pumili is Evos. So very confident din sila dun sa map na yon, and let's see if O2 will be able to shut down Evos onto their map, or will Evos reign supreme and get that 2-0 against O2.
Malaki yung kutob ko, mahihirapan yung O2 Esports dito sa Black Widow. Black Widow, a really tricky map, I would say.
Yes.
Kasi nga di siya kagaya ng desert, no, na paborito ng mga Pinoy. So I would say na mahihirapan yung O2 Esports. As for Evos, I'm not sure kung nalaro na ata nila to nung last week. Hindi ko lang maalala kung anong team yung nakalaban nila, but for Evos, they will try to go for a sweep here para hindi na sila magka-problema, no? I mean, nagkaroon sila ng a little bit of that scare kanina, no? Kasi nga, they made it really tight, no? Itong O2 Esports, nagkaroon ng mga timeout, nagkaroon ng mga tech pause. Again, it's the momentum swing na nangyari nga, no? Nagkaroon ng timeout yung Evos Indonesia. After that, tuloy-tuloy na, no? Yung mga rounds na napunta dito sa Evos. Even though, Maximus na bumabawi talaga itong O2 Esports. I would say here for this map in Black Widow, I would go for Evos. I mean, not just because na sila yung pinrediksi ko sa Esports Center no, ng app. Based on the gameplay, based on the strat na ginagawa nila, mas lamang talaga itong Evos laban sa O2.
Yeah, I actually side with you here kasi nga as nakita na natin yung performance ng O2 from game number 1, and like what I said earlier, ang ganda ng performance mid or early to mid part, kaso kinukulang sila kung paano nila ma-close yung deal against their team. So technically, yung opponent nila, which is Evos, was able to adapt for what they're doing, pero yung O2 hindi pa rin nakaka-adapt dun sa ginawa nila. So now we're fast approaching game number 2 for O2 versus Evos. So Evos already have the lead here. So again, Malaysia versus Indonesia. All right, take it away.
Yeah, it's currently 0-1 Maximus. So, ma-O2 kaya ang O2 ngayon. Kagaya ng mga nangyari last week. As round number 1 starts, importante dito yung mid, ha?
Yes.
Mahalaga dito si Naim for O2 Esports here for Blacklist. Malalaman niya kung sino yung mga dumadaan dyan on either A or either B, pero looks like they're gonna go for a push here. Rush towards B. Nakita na nga yung isa doon. Kid though will take the trade. 1-to-1 trade to. 4v4 situation. Medyo putas na. Itong Bravo site, they're now setting up the smoke. They're also throwing out utilities like Flash. Nabulag na nga, kaso nanalo pa rin dun sa gunplay. And W Kid still wins that duel dyan sa may entryway ng doorway papatungong B. Mapaplanta na ang kamote. Makikita naman ni si Kid na nagbabantay doon. Now makes it a 3v2. So now for O2, they still have the lead here when it comes to numbers. Pero sinain, naku po! Evos tinamaan ng sniper.
Napakaganda ng placement doon ni Nain, and now Nerve was able to get that placement as well. Smoke was already expended. He will also try to use a smoke to push in. Ito, okay. Napag-split niya yung location ng 2 players here from O2. Oh, Manzi goes down. It's a 1v1 and Nain will go down. Nerve with that 4-kill gameplay, pero kinulang dahil sa oras.
Yeah, the time was not on their side, Maximus, pero napakagandang ng clutch yun. Pero still, you have to think about yung bomba, no? So talagang binay nila yung oras nung dun sa round na yun, itong O2
Totoo.
Esports. And they got that round win. Again, courtesy of that bomb exploding in B site. So right now, tignan naman natin kung ano magiging adjustment ng Evos. Ngayon, parang nag-overextend. 3 na yung nagbabantay sa may Bravo.
So ito na nga, kailangan mag-ingat din dito ng Evos since O2 did a very good play there. They bought time instead of pushing in. And now, they already lost 3 players here from Evos. Sobrang delikado ng positioning dito ng Evos. And now, O2, what O2 just needs to do here is to plant the C4. Sobrang ahead nila when it comes to the player numbers here. And Oxirin, last player alive here, tries to retake yung A site. And C4 was already planted. The pressure is onto Oxirin. He was able to get the kill onto Manzi. 3 players left here. And let's not forget that Trax only has 1/4 of his HP left. Half HP left here from Oxirin. He just needs to make sure na may iwasan niya. And Nain goes down! Last 2 players here. Will he be able to finish this? Oxirin on fire with that 4 kill. Eustace, last player alive, trying to play the time here. 8 seconds left on the clock. And that is a 5-man kill by Oxirin. Meron pa bang time? And there you go.
What
Wow!
the hell happened there, Maximus?
Nakita mo yun? 46 HP left or 40 HP left. And he did a full team wipe and won that round. That's Oxirin for you, O2.
That's the Evos Tiger heart, no? Na nakita natin doon, Maximus. And right now, kailangan mag-reset ng O2. Nakaka-heartbroken yung mga ganong klaseng galawan. And right now for O2, they're now rushing towards B naman, pero hindi sila pinapadaan ng Evos ngayon. Si Yusuf naman, sa may bandang gitna, 72 HP left for him. Pero itong si Drax, babarel na, patungo na nga sa may B. And right now, isa lang ang nagbabantay. Mapapatay na nga nila itong si Manzi though. And now for, or actually si Manzi yung makakapatay ng player ng Evos. And now for O2, they have the man advantage here. They can now go for the plant.
Solid. Napakaganda na naman ang push dito ng O2. Actually, natutuwa ako sa ginagawa ng O2 dito. They actually make sure na makikita nila yung tamang positioning here para ma-push nila yung site here. And now we are seeing Evos trying to retake. They lost 2 players onto this process. And KF switched to AK. Unfortunately, went down by the hands of Manzi. And now O2 already has possibly have that in the bag. And Manzi on fire as well with that 4 kill. Nag-iinit both teams dito ha. This is really exciting.
Yeah, kung meron silang penta, ito naman quadra yung ginawa ng O2, no? Kumbaga, kung kaya nila, kaya rin namin, pero may -1 nga lang. Pero uy, mukhang magkakaroon ng timeout ha. Meron tayong nakitang notification na magkakaroon ng pause. Pero ito na si KF with the sniper, hindi nga lang tumatama. Kailangan nyo muna mag-back. Pero ito na yung push na ginagawa ng O2. Diyan naman sa may A short. And right now, Manzi goes down. Another one goes down as well. Mineral gets another one. And now, O2 is left with only 1. Sinain na lang na merong sniper. At parang hindi siya makapag-push. And Maximus, magkakakita na sila dito. Pistol, meron siya. Pero kalaban niya, naka-AK. Pero sinain pang mananalo. Oh my goodness, O2 still has some life here. Pero men, mahirap to. 4 pa rin ang kakalabanin niya.
Totoo. Let's not forget, Oxirin was able to do it earlier, so he might be able to do it. But again, 1 minute on the clock left. So medyo tight ang oras niya dito. He doesn't have the C4. Medyo pangit yung positioning C4 dito. Nakikita mo naman, sobrang ipit sa mid-short ng A site. And there are 2 players guarding that C4. So will he overcommit onto this?
Bantay sarado. Yung mga players ng Evos, parang naririnig nata or nararamdaman nata nila yung paglapit kasi wala ng oras. 45 seconds left na lang. Ay, nakita na nga agad-agad yung Mineral. Naka-crouch lang. And that kill will give another round win here for Evos. But this is a timeout for the Indonesians. Ito na naman tayo sa timeout ng Evos. No? And right after the timeout, laging good signs yung nakikita natin for Evos. Nagkakaroon sila ng magandang reset. And it's all about, and it's all because rather of siguro yung comms na binibigay ng coach nila. Ayun, no? Yung coach hindi na lumalapit, sinisigaw na lang kung ano yung gagawin eh.
Pinapagalitan na lang most probably because of that huge mistake onto the early 2 rounds against O2. Kasi maganda rin naman talaga yung ginawa ng O2 doon. They're playing their time. They're just making sure na kailangan lang nila ma-plant yung bomba. They trade off yung kada push nila and then just wait for the time. It's just that when it comes to 1v1 situation against Evos, makikita mo yung difference talaga ng skill gap between Evos and also O2 when it comes to 1v1 fights.
And nakakangitian na lang, nakakatawa na itong O2, nagkakaroon ng buhay. Yung isa na lang player, si Kid, medyo malungkot dun sa may right hand side. No? Yung siya yung una dun sa may ano. Pero again, this could be a win for O2 if magiging consistent sila. Kailangan lang nilang makapag-isip. No? Right after this, pero grabe, agad-agad na headshot sa muka. Nain, wala na agad-agad for O2. And this is a man advantage now for the side of Evos. And ito yung mahirap palagi for O2, Maximus. The moment kasi na nawalan sila ng isa, dun sila hirap na makapasok.
Totoo yan. Especially si Nain pa yung nawala. So now, Evos KF on fire here, getting the second kill. Oh, Kid also creates a space here, waiting for the right moment. Nakita niya, naramdaman niya na may maglo-lurk agad sa Evos. Unfortunately, Manzi is the last player alive here. Nag-init si KF doon. He actually made sure na very important yung mga kills na makukuha niya. Manzi though, delaying the inevitable, getting killed by Mier.
The score is 3-2, Maximus. Ito yung sinasabi natin na after ng timeout no, ng ginagawa ng Evos, dun sila nagkakaroon ng buhay. And agad-agad pinakita ni KF yung sniper niya dyan sa mid. They have to be careful din no, for the side of the blacklist side, which is yung O2. Yung mga dumadaan dyan sa mid, talagang kitang-kita yan agad-agad ng sniper na nasa gitna. And now, kailangan din mag-abang ng Evos ngayon kasi sila ay magra-rush na towards B. Magkakakitaan na sila doon, pero kung si Eustace naman ang nakikita natin, na-try niyang barilin yung mga nasa short. Si KF ngayon, naka-sniper, pero siya ay yung mapapatay ni Eustace. That's gonna be an opening now. Pwede na nilang i-sandwich itong mga players ng Evos, kaso siya yung mapapatay din. Drax though will be able to get the headshot. And now for O2, they can go for the plant here. Open na yung Bravo site.
Alright, napakaganda din ng ginagawa dito ng O2 when it comes to their right push. And Evos, Oxy rin, nag-iinit na naman. He was able to get the kill onto Drax, which is, let's not forget that si Drax ang pinakamagandang entry dito. Either Nain or Drax, and Drax went down by the hands of Oxy rin, or Mineral though, gets the kill onto Manzi. Medyo panic yung pagkakapush doon ni Manzi. And unfortunately, hindi napatay si Oxy rin at si Mineral after that double push onto that site. So medyo nawawala na naman ang composure dito ng O2. So kailangan nilang...
Baka kailangan nila ng timeout din kasi hindi sila nag-timeout, diba? Kung di ako nagkaamali ng first map.
Oh, di sila nag-timeout. Di sila nag-timeout from the first map. Probably this is the right time for them to do a timeout. So let's see kung makakabawi pa dito ang O2 since maganda ang ginawa dito ng Evos. And now we're seeing Oxy rin. First kill for the game. He might get a second. And now we're seeing a great push from O2 again. Pero na-shut down sila ng Evos because of those utilities, smokes, and also right timing ng rotation from Evos. Naipit tuloy ang O2 sa mid site. And let's not forget yung C4 na E1 in between B site and also A site, which Evos has a clear vision. So ngayon mapipilitan dito si Manzi. He was able to get the kill. Unfortunately, there's a trade-off by Nerve, and Nain was able to trade as well. So kailangan na lang niyang kunin dito yung C4. He does have a sniper, pero mayroon na namang smoke to clear out the vision here from Nain. Nain waiting for the right moment here, looking for that aggressive push here from KF. Pero syempre, sniper player din si KF. Alam niya kung kailan siya magpo-push at alam niya kung kailan hindi. Wala pa yung C4, hindi pa napoplant. So time is running out. 36 seconds on the clock here for Nain. Paano niya kukunin ang C4? He was able to get that rotation. Hindi niya kita kung nasa, hindi kita ni KF kung nasan si Nain.
Nakita niya,
Nakita niya
yung ulo. Nakita niya yung ulo. Parang kabute, mga kaibigan. Bigla na lang lumitaw. Pero uy, grabe, ang bilis ni Nain. 15 seconds left to go. Ipaplanta ba niya? Pupunta ba siya sa may A site? Pero parang gusto pa ata niya makipagbarila na lang. Huwag na natin ipaplanta to. And KF will get that win in that round. Evos now leading 5-2. And sabi nga natin, Maximus, baka kailangan nila ng timeout?
Totoo. Timeout na, Otto. You really need it. Kasi maganda yung playstyle na pinapakita nyo. It's just that kulang ang team play nyo. So kailangan nyo talaga mag-usap dito. And now we're seeing an aggressive push onto A site. A long, as we can see here. And ayan na naman, pasaway! KF getting that first kill onto Nain. Tiningnan na naman yung mid-side. Nawala na naman siya. Parang bula by the hands of KF. And now, a huge mistake started by Nain. Losing Manzi in the process. Trax Kid. And now, what's left is Eustace from that A-long. Malaking problema for O2. Since magiging 6-2 na yung score. Pero Eustace di nawawala ng pag-asa. Trying to push in. Getting that first kill onto their team. Nier went down. But again, trade-off after trade-off from Evos.
Evos,
si Nain. Sumilip pa siya sa mid.
And Evos just giving them much hell, no, sa pagpasok nga dyan sa mid. Even an A-long, hindi sila makapasok. So, O2 Esports has to change their strat. Kung kanina yung B yung nagwo-work, why not, no? Let's go for B. And ito na sila KF. KF naman, malalapit na. Uy, kaso makikita agad yung Oxyrin. Itong si Eustace with that headshot. And Oxyrin again. Uy, kaso na-trade din lang din. And another trade coming from Evos, getting Manzi down. Double Kid goes down. Si Mier naman may pagbarilan dyan sa may gitna. And right now, yun, nakita na nga rin sa wakas. And sinain na lang ang natitira at hindi siya makapasok. Naipit ang mga players ng O2 Esports. And at the same time, yung kanilang C4 ay na-drop. So bantay sarado na naman itong Evos sa kanilang C4. And ang pangit pa dito, Max, nasa ano pa? Nasa may baba, sa may tubig.
Totoo.
Yung C4. So kailangan niyang bumaba. Ang dami niyang corners na dapat i-check.
Malala pa dito, nakapistol lang si Nain. Mahirapan siya dito sa pag-push and I'm not entirely sure if sumusuko na ba dito ang O2 dahil di pa rin sila nagta-timeout hanggang ngayon. And they're losing a lot of their players really early kada round. So, eto, naka-sniper na ulit si Nain. Will he be able to get a kill here before the timer runs out? 41 seconds on the clock. And multiple utilities are being expended here. Nain trying to do a a duck or I don't know what he's trying to do there, but again sayang kasi andun na yung momentum nila earlier. Pero parang nawawalan na sila ng pag-asa.
Ang pangit din ng body language ngayon ng players ng O2 Esports. Nakita mo yung mga players nila, nakayuko na lang, naka-slouch.
Yeah.
Hindi sila yung game mode na, yung katawan, yung faces,
totoo.
parang
That's very important pa naman, di ba?
Feeling ko na-tilt na tong players ng O2.
Yeah, most probably. Especially yung kada silip nila sa mid-side and napuubos sila or napipick off sila ni KF. Eh, alam mo naman, si KF, napakalupit niyan when it comes to mid-side for that sniper. And eto na naman, they lost Eustace in the process sa pag-push nila. And they're trying to play it slow. But, walang reward na nakuha ang team nila for playing it really slow. So, eto na, Evos trying to take advantage of this round. Pushing in onto O2. O2 losing a lot of their players. Manzi. And as you can see, Kid and also Nain, half HP left for the team. And Drax, half HP as well. left 55 HP left on his arsenal. So wala, parang nagiinit na lalong nagiinit dito ang Evos. So nakukuha nila yung momentum, but again, O2 was able to plant that bomb, but Kid with a few HP left and he was able to get the kill. Let's see if magkakaroon pa ba ng pag-asa dito. Iniwan niya na yung C4 though. So he's trying to rotate and pushing in. Ooh! Kitang-kita siya when he tried to push in yung window. So yes, there's still a strategy from O2, pero as you can see, parang kanya-kanya na lang nangyayari, to be honest. From what we're seeing.
Again, the body language is not there. Ang pangit na. And yung laro nila medyo parang bara-bara na lang eh. Parang feeling ko nag-RG na lang itong players ng O2 Esports eh. Well, they need help from their coach, which is naglalaro kasi yung coach nila. Playing coach itong si Drax, yes. So they need a timeout. I'm not so sure why they're not going for the timeout, but the push is there. Trade nang nangyayari ngayon. It's a 1-2 trade though. Naku po, nakihirapan ngayon ang O2, pero uy, si Nain nakakadalawa na. Pero mapapatay din ni Mineral. And it's now a 2v2, and Mineral, yun lang nakita ni Eustace. And now KF will be the last guy for Evos Indonesia. Uy, di natatama ang kanyang first shot. There's gonna be another shot here from his TAC weapon. And ito na yung pag-scope niya. May magpapapicture nga ba kay KF? Mukhang wala. At sabi ng O2, baka pwede nating laruin itong laban na to with the use of that C4. Let's go for the plant. Instead of just the kill, O2 Esports not going for the... actually, sila pala yung global risk, no? So hindi nila mapaplanta rin to. Sila yung magbabantay ng C4 na yan. And for KF, iikutan niya. Baka siguro pwede niyang kunin yung barrel no dyan sa may short para at least no, malabanan niya yung mga players ng O2 Esports. And for KF, he has that HP, you know, na pwede niyang gamitin, pero hindi siya pwedeng lumapit basta-basta. Siya ay naka-sniper. Ang kalaban niya, dalawang parehong naka-rifle. Binabantayan nila ang C4. Yun! Nakita niya isa. Isa na lang, 1v1. Let's
19
see
seconds.
Kung kakayanin pa ni KF to.
Alright, and will he switch guns? Yes, nag-switch na siya ng guns dito. It's a 1v1 between KF and also Kid. Redemption arc na bato ni Kid. Yung C4, hindi pa rin napaplant. A few seconds left, 2 seconds on the clock. Maganda yung ginagawa dito ni Kid. Nag-play time and they got the win. Okay, even though they got the win,
may buhay pa.
Yes, totoo. So, hindi pa rin sumusuko pala ang O2 dito. I'm actually seeing, you know, a pretty bad sign from O2. Medyo hindi na sila natutuwa sa nangyayari sa game na to. As you can see naman. And KF! Ito na naman tayo!
Walang nag-smoke, men.
Totoo. At saka meron na namang isdang nahuli si KF sa mid-side. And now, Oxerin on fire as well. Getting that push and getting that kill onto Drax. Napakaagang aggression ang nangyayari dito from Evos. And there you go. Utilities has already expended. Napakaganda ng utilities na nagamit dito. They were able to block all sites here. And C4 has been planted.
Ayan, meron na tayong C4 plant. 35 seconds left to go. But again, it's only one player left remaining. And the score now is 3-9. This is a match point for Evos Indonesia. And napapangiti na lang itong si Oxerin dyan sa may pinakauna.
Yes,
and now for O2 Esports, no timeout pa rin. Maximus. Anyari?
I don't know, but most probably they already gave this game in the bag for Evos. They're just, you know, let's just say parang nilalaro na lang talaga nila yung game. You know, nawala na siguro most probably ng pag-asa. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. Ganyan na siguro yung naging mindset.
Si Nain, tumatama ang kanyang sniper. Pag-usapan natin to. Yung player na yan. Uy, kaso may pumasok ka. Di nila alam yung nangyayari. Evos would get the first kill. KF now nahihirapan itong O2 na lumabas dyan sa may bintana. Ito namang O2 or Evos rather, mabubulag. Ito na si Nain at si Manzi, mapapatay si KF. at saka si Nerve. Pero ito na si Mier with the plant of the bomb and also with a double kill. And now, it's gonna be just Nain for O2 Esports. This is their last life left. And grabe yung positioning nila. Alam na alam kung nasaan. And now Mier will get another one. And that's gonna be it. An O2 for Evos. And for O2 Esports, sila ay O3 na sa rankings.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty, painful to see O2 giving up that match really early. Mapapansin mo naman mapapansin mo sa gameplay nila, parang sumuko na lang. They just actually try to have fun onto that match. But still, still a good run. Nakita naman natin na kaya naman talaga ng O2. Most probably they just need a more experience when it comes to this type of pressure against, these great teams from Southeast Asia. So now 10-3 for in favor of Evos winning this series against O2. Pero hindi ko makakalimutan yung ginawa ni Oxygen dun. It's yung 5 kill with just 40 HP left. Still, napakalupit nung ginawa niya na yun.
Ito yata yun eh. Yan ba yun?
Parang ito ata
yun. Ito nga yun.
Ito yung round 1.
Sa round 2. Sa round 2.
Oo, sa round 2 yun. Round 2 yun. And ito yung yung magandang time play ng O2 Esports.
Oo. Yung naklat siya na ng Evos kaso wala ng oras. No?
Yeah.
Pero ito na yung ginawa ni Oxygen. No? Ito yung binabanggit natin kanina pa. Oxygen getting 5 kills in 1 round. And nagawa na yan actually nung last time si Taka ng Vanguard Familia.
Si Taka, yes.
And now being done by Evos, which is si Oxygen. And again, for O2 Esports, they need some sort of help from their management na kung saan ay may timeout. Kailangan gamitin ang timeout kasi timeout
that's true.
really makes a difference. Look what happened, di ba? Nag-timeout yung Evos, nabago yung story nung laban. Kumbaga, nakakapanalo yung O2 Esports after that timeout. Sunod-sunod, no? Yung panalo nila. They went from like a 2-2 and then yung score nila, 2-7 na and then nag-2-9 tapos nag-3-9 and then ending is 3-10, which is again in favor of Evos Indonesia. O2 needs to learn from these, alam mo yun, feeling ko minimal mistakes lang to eh. Para sa akin.
Totoo yan.
Kasi hindi naman siya yung sobrang lala na na mistake, no, na alam mo yun, timeout lang naman yung hinihingi, no. Minsan ng mga ibang viewers dyan or maybe supporters ng Malaysian team ng O2 Esports, and that one timeout can make a big difference, no, kagaya nga ng ginagawa ng ibang mga teams. Actually si South ng Vanguard Familia, lagi natin nakikita yan pag nagta-timeout, 'di ba? Laging naka-windbreaker, laging naka-gloves, 'di ba? Tapos nilalapitan yung mga players niya, may konting massage pa, 'di ba? Sana all, 'di ba, minamassage.
Pero yun nga, timeout is there not just for for you to be able to relax or sort of those stuff. Pero nandyan yan para i-reset yung mindset nyo, makapag-usap kayo ng teammates mo, and for you to be able to plan ahead for your team for that certain game. So yun nga, yun siguro yung kinulang sa O2. They didn't use the timeout that they needed, which is sobrang gamit na gamit ng Evos, di ba? Yung timeout, they were able to talk what's wrong, what they need to do, what changes they need to make. And yeah, because of those timeouts, nakakapagbago sila ng playstyle, nakakapag-plan ahead sila against O2. And now, let's check out the scores. As you can see, Mineral still on the lead with 16 kills for their team. Pero let's not forget that 5 kill in addition of Oxygen's playstyle. And now checking out O2, they still have a pretty good, kill count there from Manzi with 10 kills for the team. Unfortunately, the score is 10 in favor of Evos, 10-3.
And yung MVP kanina, si Mier, pangit yung nilalaro for Evos this time around sa may Black Widow. At yung magandang laro is si Mineral. KF is a very consistent player for Evos, and speaking of Mineral, siya na nga ang magiging MVP for this map here in Black Widow, 16, 5 and 13, 129.54 ang ADR, 4 na headshot, and 1684 ang kanyang damage dealt for the squad of Evos Indo. And nice NT na lang, no, for the side of O2 Esports. And ngayon na sila ay 0-3. Sana naman nung susunod nilang laban, di sila ma-0-4 kasi ang hirap makabawi nun, no? Lalo na't nasa second week na tayo ng ating group stage. And right now, head-to-head, ulo sa ulo, Manzi versus Nerve ng Evos. We have a big difference here when it comes to KD. Actually, over 9 point difference din yung ADR niya. Multi-kill naman ay tied up and damage lamang ng less than 200 itong si Nerve. So again, the difference here is that mas palong-palo itong Evos. And with that win, sila ay aangat na ng Group A. Sila na yung second place with a 2-1 kasi nga yung Vanguard Familia, which is yung ating representative, no? 1-1 natalo sila nung isang laban nila last week, pero bukas kakalabanin nila itong Evo na 2-0. Tingnan natin kung tatagos nga ba itong Vanguard Familia ng PH. At ngayon, Maximus, tayo ay tapos na sa Group A. Tayo naman ay pupunta sa Group B. And we're gonna see a head-to-head between Heartfire and eArena. Ayun, saktong-sakto. Ayun, Heartfire from Vietnam and eArena from Thailand. Sino ang napredict nyo dyan sa Esports Center? Well, sa akin, Heartfire ang napredict ko. Ikaw ba, Maximus, sino?
Same. Napanood ko kasi yung gameplay ng Heartfire. It's just that they're really scary when it comes to the playstyle that they're actually shown for the past few weeks. And makikita mo rin na sobrang composed yung playstyle nila. Even though that they're losing their rounds, they actually make sure na maganda yung rotation nila and also maganda yung trade-off na ibibigay nila for each matches that they have. So this is actually a pretty tough fight for eArena.
Yeah, a very tough fight here for eArena. Lalo na yung Heartfire, yung loadout nila, there's 2 players who's actually using a sniper. Hindi natin madalas to makita, Maximus, kasi ang madalas natin makita, isa lang yung nag-hold ng sniper.
Yes.
For Heartfire, they're the ones doing that. Currently undefeated, same as Evolution. And ang fearless forecast ko lang dito, no, together with Maximus, is Heartfire will take this win. Pero feeling ko baka mag 1-1 to at mag 2-1, no? Kasi may arit din eh. May arit din tong eArena. Pinahirapan din ng eArena yung kadiliman kasi nga ang close ng laban, nagkaroon lang ng comeback, no, dun sa unang mapa against Kadiliman Esports. So I think eArena with Wenzi there dun sa lineup na nila, imbes na si Dolphin na pinapalaro nila. Hindi kasi yung si Dolphin kasi yung substitution nila eh. And nagkaroon sila ng adjustment sa lineup, which is pinasok na yung main player nila, and dun talaga nagkaroon ng difference, no, for eArena. So let's see if eArena can surprise us here in the next matchup.
Yes, and let's not forget that like what happened sa mga previous matches that we had last year, there's always a team na magiging kryptonite ng isang team. So maybe eArena will become the kryptonite that against, this tyrant. Yeah, I'm gonna call them tyrant kasi napakaganda ng gameplay talaga ng Heartfire from the past few weeks or past few days.
Well, for team ng Heartfire, let's actually bago natin pag-usapan yan, tayo ay magbe-break muna. Kuko TV and Maximus will be right back for more CrossFire Legends action.
แล้วครับเอลิซี่เล่นจัดกับเข้าหัวครับพิซาไปเดี๋ยวไปถึงจังหวะดันมาหน้า
วันนี้ก็คือเข้าด้านของเอสก็มาเฝ้ารอเหมือนกันนะว่าตอนนี้สถานการณ์ก็พูดกันที่เปิดตายระเบิดโอ้โห
ก็แบบนี้เรียสลันช้าเสร็จ4วัน
นะแต่ว่าตัดใครไม่ได้สักทีเนี่ยแล้วคือโดนตัดหมดเลย
ไหลจากโดนตีวันอัดไว้ตีวันรออยู่ครับมีพยายามจะ
จัดไปครับ เดี๋ยวเจอไทยสไตล์ครับน้อนๆหวานเนี้ยครับ ผมนนท์สลัน X8 นะครับ มาจากทีม eArena ตำแหน่งซัพพอร์ตครับ เล่นเกม CrossFire มาได้ประมาณ 2 เดือนครับ แต่อย่าคิดว่าผมไม่มีฝีมือ เรามาเจอกันครับ สำหรับประสบการณ์การแข่งขันนะครับ ผมมีประสบการณ์มาร่วม 5 ปีได้ มีประสบการณ์การแข่งขันเกม FPS ในหลาย ๆ รูปแบบ แล้วก็มีแชมป์ติดมือในหลาย ๆ เกมครับ การที่เจอทีมที่เล่นมาก่อน ก็ใช่ว่าเขาจะเก่งกว่าผมครับ ในความฝันการเป็นนักกีฬา e-sport ผมเชื่อว่าหลาย ๆ คนก็มีความฝันที่อยากจะอยู่ในจุดสูงสุดของการแข่งขัน ซึ่งผมก็กำลังจะทำฝันนั้นไปให้ถึงครับ ผมอยากเป็นแชมป์โลกครับ จากวันแรกที่ผมเริ่มเล่นเกม CrossFire มาจนถึงวันนี้ ทีมของผมและตัวของผมเองก็พัฒนาอย่างก้าวกระโดดจนคว้าแชมป์ประเทศไทยมาแล้ว และแชมป์ต่อไปที่ผมจะไปคว้าก็คือแชมป์4ครับสำหรับความท้อความเหนื่อย หรือการที่อยากจะเลิกเล่น ผมเชื่อว่าหลายๆ คนก็คงจะต้องมีประสบการณ์ที่พบเจอแบบนี้มาเหมือนกัน แต่ตัวผมเองเลือกที่จะจัดการมัน และไม่ให้มันมากวนใจในการแข่งขัน และปรับตัวเองให้มันดีขึ้น ถามว่ากลัวไหมในการที่เจอต่างประเทศ ผมก็ยังไม่เจอนะครับว่าทีมไหนจะชนะผม ในระดับโลกเราพร้อมกันเต็มร้อยครับ เราแค่อยากจะได้โอกาสในตรงนี้ ซึ่งเราก็พยายามหาโอกาสด้วยตัวเอง และเราก็จะไปคว้าแชมป์โลกด้วยกันครับ ก็ฝากถึงแฟนคลับนะครับ ไม่ว่าจะเป็นจาก eArena หรือประเทศไทยของเรานะครับ ตอนนี้ทีมไทยเป็นตัวแทน 2 ทีมในการแข่งขัน National Qualifiers นะครับ ยังไงฝากให้ทุกคนร่วมส่งแรงเชียร์แรงใจกันด้วยครับ
Can't believe I found you, baby. Come alive. Loving you like we're dancing in moonlight. Wanna waste our time, wanna waste our time in the moonlight. Run me up all night in the moonlight. Wanna waste our time in the moonlight.
All right, guys, welcome back to the CrossFire Legends Championship Group Stage 2026. And again, we're back for more action. My name is Max, and I'm also with...
Kuko TV,
Yeah,
ayan.
there you go.
Inaantay mo pala ako. No?
Yes!
And Maximus, nandito na tayo no, sa may pinakawaling serye natin para sa araw na to. It is gonna be Hardfire and eArena. Pero bagong lahat, pasalamatan natin yung ating sponsor, gaming phone na Oppo Reno 14 5G, ang Oppo Reno 14 series Smooth Legend. So guys, kung wala pa kayong cellphone na panglaro ng CrossFire Legends, sabi nga ng mga players ng Vanguard Pamilya at ng Kadiliman Esports, magandang laruin ang CrossFire Legends sa Oppo Reno 14 kasi nga maganda yung gyro. Ayan. Ikaw ba
Yan,
nagka-gyroscope ka
totoo.
ba?
Hindi. Pero
Hindi.
nung experience ko tong Reno 14, sobrang solid niyang gamitin when it comes to CrossFire Legends. So try nyo na, and it's really worth it. And also, let's not forget to thank our sponsor, Obs Bots. I-capture ang panalo, i-stream ang iyong kwento. Kitang-kita nyo naman kung gaano kalinaw kahit gumagalaw pa yung mga players kanina, di ba? Kasi Obsbot ang gamit natin sa ating broadcast today.
Yan. At marami pa tayong mga pinopromote dito, no? Gaya ng mga gun skins nga na pwede nyong makuha in-game. Again, bago nyo kunin yun, again, bilhin muna kayo ng Obsbot Meet to Gaming Webcam kung wala kayong gaming webcam para nga sa mga esports content creators natin dyan ng Crossfire Legends. Maganda yan, no? Para nga makita kayo naglalaro ng Crossfire Legends. Pero top tier Red V has officially arrived in Crossfire Legends. Ito yung tinatawag na King Cycle, no? It is now live sa ating game. Itong M4A1 Iron Beast Noble Gold. Kung makuha nyo yan, ipagyabang nyo na sa mga kalaro nyo, no? Sabihin nyo, ako meron akong skin na Iron Beast Noble Gold na M4, kayo wala, di ba?
Top tier pa yan, di ba? So what you just need to do is head to the event and obtain the game's first ever weapon and dominate yung battlefield nyo. And also, let's not forget na meron din tayong another skin na available din sa game actually. So you just need to watch and win for great rewards. Ito actually gandang-ganda ako dito sa AK-47 ito, to be honest.
Ayun yung ayun yung sinasabi ko na pwede nilang i-redeem sa Esports Center event. So guys, pag nanonood kayo, pwede kayong manood muna sa app kasi nga may mga minutes doon na dapat nyong kumpletuhin, tapos meron kayong tokens na makukuha. Another way is to predict the right team to win. Kasi kung tama yung prediction mo, 20 tokens agad yun. Kung mali, 10 tokens lang yung makukuha mo. At para mabuo tong AK na to, may kailangan mong bumili ng 60 times. So that's like ilang benta yun?
Oo, totoo.
Ilang benta yun? Times 60, parang 1-2.
1-2,
Tama
yes,
ba?
yes. Oh,
Ayan,
totoo.
Ayan,
Parang, tama naman. Yes. The math is not mathing, no?
Sorry, caster kasi tayo. Di tayo mathematician eh. Pero ito na yung lineup, guys, ng Heartfire ng Vietnam, Zozo, Mellow, Tiny, Smile, and 0908. At kailangan natin bantayan yung dalawa dito, 0908 at saka si Zozo.
And,
Sila,
let's not forget the Smile as well.
Sila yung sinasabi kong sniper na dalawahan, no, sa kanilang lineup. And actually, yung kanina pa lang sinabi ko na si Hengzi, sa full sense pala yun, nagkamali ako, sa eArena pala tayo ngayon. Ang kailangan nilang bantayan dito is si Sign at saka itong si Saruns ng eArena.
Yes. And let's not forget about C1 Sugus and also Rids, who's supporting their teammates as well when it comes to trade-offs for whenever they actually try to attack or to retake the site. So ito na nga, pinapakita na ang team HF or Heartfire nag-iinit, nagbabaga at gusto nang mambugbog ng kalaban. Even though that they're looking chill, kita-kita nyo pa rin naman na they're actually, makikita mo yung aura nila no? Na dominating talaga. Like what we've seen from the past few weeks na nag-dominate ang Heartfire. And let's see if they will be able to dominate eArena. Since yun nga, ang ganda rin ng performance ng eArena last week. They were able to, give Diliman Esports a very hard time as well. So let's see if they will be they will become the kryptonite for Heartfire.
eArena game face is on. Ito na yung map picks, mga kaibigan.
Oy, festival!
It's going to be festival map. Ang mapa ng Pinas, mga kaibigan. 100% win rate tayo dyan, tol. Alam mo ba yun? 100% win rate yung Pinas dyan. With Diliman Esports. And also at the same time with Vanguard Familia. Pero ngayon naman, sabi ng Heartfire, i-ready na natin ang ating mga sarili kasi maglalaban din tayo ngayong linggo with the PH teams. At ipapractice nila itong, not really practice, pero ite-testing nila itong eArena dito sa festival map. Pero yung second map natin will be taken by eArena at Black Widow. Ang kanilang napili. Decider map naman, ang sabi ng Heartfire, kung kailangan natin mapanalo to, it's going to be in desert.
Alright, pretty interesting din, no? Last pick na lagi ang desert from today's live stream. Let's see if eArena and also Heartfire will be able to give us a great show for Festival, because what I've seen from Festival is sobrang daming blind spot, sobrang daming spot wherein they will be able to see a one-way shot as well. Yun yung mga kadalasang mistake ng mga kalaban ng Kadiliman last week and also ng Vanguard Familia. Di nila alam na merong one-sided shot from the other side wherein they're losing multiple players. So let's see what Heartfire and also eArena have in store for us. Vietnam versus what country again? eArena? Thailand, right?
Thailand.
Yep.
Oo,
Vietnam
sawadee ka.
versus Thailand for game number 2 for today.
Ayan. Sawadi ka sa imong tanan, sabi ng eArena. Wala kasing Pinoy ngayon eh, so sila na muna, no?
True.
Pero ito na, round number 1, festival map, Heartfire, Vietnam. Uy, first kill agad, Sniper, Melo goes down. And Sai, ito, yung sabi kong kailangan bantayan kasi Sniper to for eArena. And Sugus, nakita na nga yung mga dumadaan dyan sa mid. Naka-report na nga yan. Rage goes for the spray, pero Zozo with that pistol, napatay pa nga niya rin kahit na marami nang bumabaril sa kanya. Pero si Zozo, mapapatay na rin ni Sugus. And right now, it's going to be a 3v4 situation. Lamang pa rin itong side ng eArena. The ones defending their sites right now, medyo hirap dito sa unang round. Uy, pero 0908! Oh my G! Itawag mo na yan. At sabi niya, pa-order ng C1.
Napakalupit naman ang ginawa doon. Unang pick, patay agad. So now we're seeing a 3v3 situation in between Heartfire and Smile. Goes down by the hands of Suguz. Napaganda ng placement doon ng Suguz, pero nagbigyan na ng information ang teammate ng Heartfire. And now the last player alive here from Heartfire will be 0908. Last two players naman sa eArena will be Sai and also Sarun. What they just need to do here is to do a perfect trade-off. Pero let's not forget na Sniper ang hawak dito ng 0908. And there you go! eArena with a great start against Heartfire, winning round number 1. Ganda ng
Nice
movement ni
defense.
Zozo doon kanina. Hindi ko makalimutan kasi harap-harapan na. Diba? Harap-harapan na hindi napatayin si Zozo because of his movements. Well played as well for eArena for winning round
Galing
number
din
1.
niya mag-crossover, no? Kala mo si Stephen Curry or kala mo si Kyrie Irving, pero ito na. Uy! Melo with the sniper! Oh my goodness, ang daming naka-sniper ngayon for the side of Heartfire. Tatlo yung naka-sniper sa kanila. Anong meta to? Oh my goodness, being shown by Heartfire. And now nilagyan nila ng smoke yung mid.
So, kita mo, diba? One way.
One way nga. Kailangan nilang pumasok ngayon pero parang hirap pa rin sila. Uy, Sai naman babawi. 0908, tinawagan niya. At na-headshot din niya. Uy, Zozo, malapitan na sniper. Oh my goodness, what is happening?
Nag-iinit na naman ang Heartfire dito. Trade-off after trade-off, and eArena is now having a hard time. And let's not forget na triple sniper ang ginawa dito ng Heartfire. They lost Melo in the process, but again, the trade was there to get the kill onto Sarun. C1, last player alive here from eArena. Will he be able to make this miracle clutch against Heartfire? Now, kilalang kilala sa magandang trade-off, and he got a 1 but not a second kill.
Grabe, men. Melo, 0908, and Zozo. 3 snipers sa laban. Actually, ganun pa rin, no? Oo nga, ganun pa rin.
Totoo, ganun pa rin.
Kung titingnan mo yung player 3 hanggang player 5,
Sniper.
sila ay naka-sniper, ladies and gentlemen. Kumbaga, tayo may whoopee. Sa kanila, 3 yung whoopee nila, kaso napatay ni Sugus. Itong si Smile. And di magkakaroon ng opening ngayon ang Heartfire. Pero si Zozo, sabi niya, anong hindi? Sai goes down with that sniper.
Napakaganda lagi ng pagkaka-trade off at saka pagkaka-push dito ni Zozo. He just makes sure na ma-caught off guard ang kanyang mga kalaban. And, since we mentioned na triple sniper, as I've noticed, Festival is actually a sniper map. And 0908 tried to do that push, but EA or eArena is ready doon sa ego push na ginawa ni 0908. And now we're seeing a 3v3 situation. Two snipers. Melo goes down by the hands of Saroon with a beautiful push. Zozo does have that sniper as well. Tiny tries to get the kill. Yes! A kill onto Saroon. Nahulog siya doon sa ilog, and we're seeing Reds, trying to delay the push here from Heartfire. Zozo, pistol. Will he get the clear shot? There you go. Now it's a 2v1. Zozo still alive and kicking.
Grabe.
Sniper kill again from Tiny.
It's a 3K from Zozo.
Kaya nga,
2 sniper shots and then 1 pistol shot.
Lupet, maganda.
Parang
maganda
ano lang
pa rin.
Parang easy breezy lang yung ginagawa ng Heartfire.
Kaya nga.
Parang nag-practice to, no, na magkaroon ng 3 players with a sniper in festival map.
Yes.
And they're doing it pretty well against a really good team like eArena.
Yes, that's true. As you can see, ang ganda rin naman ang rotation dito ng eArena. And speaking of a better rotation, getting the kill here onto Tiny with 0908 with low HP left because of that push from Reds. And now Sai will go down by the hands of Melo onto mid. And now this is a disaster. It's a 2v2 situation in favor of Heartfire because Saroon has almost half HP left and goes down. Off guard na naman siya by Melo. Napaganda ng ginawa doon ni Melo. Slow push, waiting for the right moment. Most probably narinig niya na nagpo-push doon si Saroon. And now it's a 2v1 situation. And Melo rotating onto B side, and merong nakabantay sa likod nila, and which is C1. C1 wasn't able to translate a kill onto Melo, but Melo half HP left. Ito, mahihirapan na dito sa pag-push si C1 dahil na-plant na yung C4. More pressure on his back, 36 seconds onto that C4, and with a smoke that was expended by Heartfire. Tinitingnan yung corners. Napaganda na pagkakapush doon na C1. Melo left here alive with half HP. When Melo, wow! Almost got killed, but with a huge upset against eArena.
At nakapag-switch siya from that sniper to an AK-47. Grabe,
That's right.
itong si Melo. Kumbaga, flexi roll siya, no?
Sobra.
Maximus.
And nakikita mo naman, di ba, nag-init siya doon. 5 kills early on onto this.
By the way, Zozo has a record of 7-2 right now. Oy, and Melo!
Wow!
Habang sinasabi ko yun, pinakita na naman tayo, eArena Sugus. Walang magawa. And now, they have the 3 sniper setup. And they're now trying to make a push. Pero yung smokes, medyo maganda yung binato ng eArena. Hindi makapasok onto the B site. So medyo open itong mid. May smoke din though. Hindi sila makakadaan dyan sa may loob. Pero yung sniper na si 0908. Tumama ba yun?
Yeah, feeling ko tumama. Yes, and now, it's a disaster from eArena. 2 players alive here, and fresh na fresh dito ang HF even though that they lost Melo, and yet they got the win.
Napabilis
Very confusing yung nangyari dun, ah.
Napabilis lang, no? For Heartfire. They're making it quick here against eArena. And
Yes,
para
that's
sa akin,
true.
kailangan panoorin to ng Kadiliman at ng Vanguard Familia if they want to learn from the best here in Crossfire Legends. They need to watch this game and get some pointers, no? Kasi nga makakalaban din nila to sa linggong ito. Pero again, with that first shot, 0908 gets Saroons down. Tiny man matatamaan. Pero right now, si 0908 na naman titingin. Pero nakita siya doon sa loob ni Reds ng eArena. eArena gets a 1-to-1 trade here. Pero bawas-bawas na sila. Smile naman will get him down. And parang nagpalit na ata rin siya ng baril. Ito na nga, Sugus. Yun nga lang nakita siya. And now it's a 3v3. Tiny though, waiting for that right timing. Pero naunahan ni C1.
Ang ganda ng pagka-approach dun ni C1. It was, he was able to get Tiny caught off guard. And now Zozo with a few HP left. Medyo, ew! Suguz! Napaganda ng pagkaka-push niya dito. And Melo is the last player alive here. And he does have the C4 though. He might be able to clutch this, even though the numbers are not, on his favor. And sniper pa rin to. No information yet from eArena, but there's only 45 seconds on the clock. More pressure onto Melo. Di natin ma-figure out yet if he will go B or A. Pero may nakabantay sa B site, which is C, Suguz, at saka, I think this is C1. Yeah, C1 nakabantay. Will he be able to get the kill? Nope. Maganda yung ginagawa ni Sai. Actually, si Sai dito. And, woo! A wide pick just to counter that sniper from his opponent. Maganda yung ginawa doon ni
No, nice swing at tayo
Sai.
manggagaling sa bunganga ng dragon, mga kaibigan. Ito yung dragon, sabi ni Vince G, si Shenlong.
Si Shenlong.
Oo. Hanapin mo na ang 7 Dragon Ball Maximus.
Ito na nga mukhang hinahanap na rin ng eArena to dahil mukhang nakakabawi na sila. Speaking of bawi, hindi pala si Zozo getting that first 2 kills or first blood onto the game, and si Melo gumaganti din. Sabi niya, hindi lang ikaw ang kukuha ng unang kill dito sa eArena for round number 7. And now, they have a huge lead. 5 versus 3, pushing in a site. They will be able to secure that site. They may be able to plant this or no. They just wiped the whole team out.
At walang namatay sa Heartfire.
Yun na nga
ang lala, mga kaibigan, ang nangyari doon for eArena. And itong sila Smile, nakasmile lang, no? Talagang gustong-gusto nila yung mga nangyayari ngayon. And by the way, Maximus, the 3 snipers player, 3, 4, and 5, Melo, Zozo, and 0908. Ang
Hindi pa
ganda
rin
ng
ipapalit,
record,
no?
859395. Grabe.
No? And they're using sniper. They're
Oy!
on. Oh! That quick scope. He could have gotten 2 kills after that quick scope, no? Napakaganda rin ginawa niya doon. But the trade-off was there. They're ready for that sniper from their opponent.
Handang-handa na ang mga players ng eArena, pero isa na lang ang natitira. C1 na lang, C1 na. Ito na. Ay pagparilan pero headshot pa rin for Heartfire. And Heartfire not giving up any space for
Totoo.
eArena. They're just showing them who's the better team right now. And again, titingnan natin ang Dragon na walang tatong CCU, mga kaibigan. Ang score ay 2-6. Maximus, kaya pa ba ng eArena to?
Ito na nga, sana hindi mawala ng pag-asa ang eArena dito since they were able to perform really well. They just need to make sure to get their composure back and to put some pressure onto HF instead of HF or Heartfire putting some pressure onto eArena. And now the pressure is on since they lost C1 pretty early dito sa game na to, and or sa round na to rather. And kita mo naman, they're pushing in using their snipers. Ganon ka-experienced ang Heartfire dito. And even though that eArena was able to get a pretty good placement there or pretty good positioning, alam na alam ng Heartfire na merong nakaabang doon. And now the last player alive here will be Sai. Sai became a stomp pig, getting stomped by 3 players from Heartfire. Yun pa yung 3 naka-sniper.
They're making it an easy work. Si Nine Noise, napapakamot na lang sa di Makati. Anong ginagawa natin na ginagawa nila na sobrang successful nila? Hindi natin alam kung ano nangyayari, pero tignan natin ang beautiful festival map, di ba? Napaka-festive.
Napakaganda.
Festival map. At nabalitaan lang natin sa ating Big Brother, no, na merong tech pause pagkatapos nito, pero si Melo makakuha na naman ng kill. And then Zozo gets Sugos na headshot na naman. And Zozo gets another one. Double kill na. eArena, Sai. Ang mga mga kaibigan, nahihirapan na. Another sniper from 0908. This is just total bloodbath being done by Heartfire. Pero sabi ni Saruns, may pag-asa pa. Making it a 1v3 situation. Full HP pa siya, Maximus. Kayang-kaya pa to. Pero
Yeah,
yung
but that's
C4 ay nalaglag na, pero nakita niya si Zozo. Now makes it a 1v2. Kaya pa ata ni Saruns.
Ang ganda ng ginagawang rotation dito ni Sarun. Pero let's not forget na sniper ang hawak dito ni Melo. Oh! Sarun was able to put it or to force it to a 1v1 situation. Nakuha niya pa yung C4. So magkakaroon siya ng oras dito to plant to B site or A site. Pero maganda pa rin ang placement dito ni Smile. And wala na sniper. Smile with an AK-47 will be able to get the kill. And there you go! A clutch by Sarun!
That is another penta for today, Maximus.
Ganda!
Nakakarami na sa araw na to. 2 penta. 1 from Evos, Oxirin. 1 from Taka nung last week. And then now, another penta dito by Saruns of eArena. And this is a technical pause. This is not a timeout. But this is just giving them a chance to breathe. Makakahinga ng maluwag ang eArena kasi nga grabe ang pinapakita ng Heartfire using the 3 sniper setup. And Maximus, solid talaga ang nangyayari ngayon for Heartfire.
Yes, that's true. And solid din yung nangyari from the previous round, di ba? Nanggigil ang eArena and like what you said, that's a second penta or 5 kill play from eArena. So let's see if Heartfire will be able to do the same thing. But again, nakikita mo naman yung playstyle ng Heartfire. Very aggressive. They just need to make sure na 1 sniper must translate to at least 2 kills per player para magkaroon sila ng ahead or para mabigyan yung team nila ng additional ahead of time for them to put some pressure sa kalaban nila. Makikita mo rin dito na even though that they're using sniper, even though that they're actually trying to defend their A site or B site, aggressive pa rin sila. Maybe that's the reason why they got punished by eArena from the previous round. So most probably they will try to adapt to that playstyle and they will play a little bit safe on to the next round.
Well, yung laro natin ngayon is yung Heartfire na yung nasa Global Risk at yung eArena na yung nasa side ng Blacklist. Ang kailangan gawin siguro ng Heartfire is to make sure na manalo sila dito is no more overextension, no?
Yes, so
Kasi yun nangyari nung nung napenta sila ng eArena eh. So
totoo.
If they can play it a little bit safer, kasi nga sila ay nasa defensive side or nasa global risk side. Well, for eArena, they must counter them with snipers as well kasi grabe, 3 sniper setup. Baka siguro kailangan mag-adjust ng isa, mag-dual sniper sila. And then the rest would be AK-47 setup. Maybe they will have a chance here na makahabol, no, against Heartfire.
Yes, that's right. So we're just waiting for this technical pause to be over. Kitang-kita rin naman na hindi pa rin sumusuko dito ang eArena, di ba? So, but again, napaka-dominant ng playstyle dito ng Heartfire. Like what I mentioned earlier, kahit na sniper, nagpupush pa din. Kasi if I'm gonna be the sniper player, I have to be worried na, you know, the opponent might be able to push in as well. And alam naman natin na lamang ang AK-47 or ang rifle against a sniper, close combat. Pero pinakita ng Heartfire, harap-harapan din na lumalamang ang sniper basta tama ang aim. So now, we're approaching round number 11. 7-3 in favor of Heartfire. Will eArena be able to continue their momentum from the previous round? And now Zozo almost got the kill onto eArena, and Sai goes down by the hands of Tiny from that AK-47, and Melo gets another kill onto Rids. Ngayon, sobrang hirap na tuloy ng push dito from eArena because dalawa na agad ang nawawala sa kanila. Pero maganda yung pagkakapush dito ni Suguz. Napatay niya si Melo while trying to use that utilities. And Smile and Tiny just made sure na may trade-off after that death from their teammate.
Grabe yung tutok nila ng maski pistol. On point. Itong si Smile GG, nakamukha ni Siyang Gasa, talagang ngiti-ngiti lang siya. Smile na smile talaga. Ito si
chill na chill lang, di ba?
Siksiyan guys. Si Smile. Pero ito na, round number 12 na tayo, no, Max. 8-3 ang ating score. Dalawa na lang ang kailangan ng Heartfire para nga makuha na nila itong festival map. And a two smoke setup here sa may mid, and then may smoke din sa may bandang katubigan sa may mid. And now Heartfire will try to make a push, pero grabe agad yung tingin. Zozo will go down though with a sniper of Sai. Melo takes down itong si Sigus. And now it's a 1-to-1 trade, and actually dalawa na pa lang nawala for eArena. So this is kind of like an opening now for Heartfire. And for eArena, mas mahihirapan na sila ngayon na mas umatake, pero merong overextension na nangyayari ngayon down on the bottom side of the map. Sido gets 0908 down, pero maiipit na dyan sa may mid itong si Sai, and that's gonna be it for Sai. And now 2 players left remaining. Tiny goes down though sa runes. Tinitingnan natin ngayon itong eArena. They are now trying to find a way to go for either A or B. Itong team ng Heartfire naman, Max, bantay sarado na nila. Isa ang nakatoka ngayon on either A or B.
Yep, that's right. And ito na nga, medyo nagiging punish na rin against Heartfire, yung pagiging aggressive nila. And now eArena was able to clear, some of the players from their team, pero hindi pa naman napaplant yung C4, and now Melo tries to delay the plant here. But again, C1 was able to plant that C4, and now it's their turn to defend yung A site, and Smile GG double! Wow, ang ganda ng pwesto niya doon, no? Pero ang ganda rin, ginawa talaga ng ka-team niya dito na he tried to get the attention from eArena for Smile to be able to clear that site.
And grabe yung yung IGL nila na si Melo, men.
Oo, sobra.
Ayun yung IGL na kailangan mo sa team mo. And manggagaling tayo
Totoo.
sa mata ng dragon, mga kaibigan. Kanina sa bibig, ngayon naman sa mata. And now, a 3 sniper setup still for the side of Heartfire. And then ito na yung mga sniper, pinakitaan na rin ni Sai. Zozo naman, nasa gitna lang. Uy! Melo gets C1, umorder na naman ang Chicken Joy. At napatay na rin itong si Rids. 3 men remaining for the side of eArena. Makakabawi nga lang sila with that shot from Saruns. Melo hindi tatama nga lang. And now makes it a 2v3. Zozo down to low HP. Sugus din down to low HP, pero napatay din ni Smile, making it a 2v2.
Right, eto, maganda rin yung pinapakitang performance dito ng eArena. They're not giving up, even though match point na to ng Heartfire. And there you go. They were able to seal the deal onto that previous round. Ito na nga. Kahit match point na ng Heartfire, di ba? Papakita pa rin ng eArena yung best of the best nila. So we're seeing 9-4 score from Heartfire. eArena still trying to catch up. eArena will try to push onto B site. Ooh, smoke was already expended. Ingat na lang sa sniper from Melo sa mid side. Will he overcommit as well? And there you go, a clean shot did not connect. Nag-miss out, sayang, pero ito na nga. Hinagisan siya ng grenade. So he won't be able to create some more space onto the mid side. And after that grenade, there's a follow-up from that AK-47.
Owen Sogus na sniper, nakaka-double kill na si 0908. Naku po, dalawa na lang ang natitira for eArena. 4 for Heartfire. This is now a map point for Heartfire. And C1 down to low HP din. Hindi rin siya basta-basta makakapag-push. So this will be Science time to initiate. Nasa kanya rin ang tangan ng C4. At bantay sarado talaga again with these snipers. Kitang-kita nila yung mga butas-butas dyan. Pero si Sai makakabawi. Tiny goes down. As Sai right now will try to make a push here dyan sa may mid. Ito namang player 1 na si Smile, nag-aabang lang kung merong dadaan sa may A. Si Sai naman titingin gamit ang kanyang sniper. It's a battle of snipers right now here, Maximus. Ang nangyayari ngayon sa laban ng Heartfire and eArena. And Zozo together with 0908, nakabang lang with their snipers. Hindi nanginginig, hindi kabado. And Zozo gets C1 down. Si Sai na lang ang natitira at nakuha din ni Zozo. And that's gonna be a map win for Hardfire, getting the festival map in a sniper fashion. Maximus.
Ganda ng performance doon ng Hardfire. Still kudos to eArena. Di sila sumuko. They actually still tried to do their best for game number 1 between this series. So hopefully eArena will be able to catch up. Napakaganda ng playstyle na pinakita din talaga ng Hardfire doon. A triple sniper gameplay, which is a really good strategy for that map, especially festival, diba? So yeah, congratulations to Hardfire for winning round or game number 1 for this series 10-4. So we had Tiny, Zozo, Mellow, Smile GG, and also 0908.
And Hardfire, with this win, they now have the advantage here against eArena 10-4. Makakita kaya tayo uli ng tatlong sniper?
Let's
Sa susunod na mapa, Max?
Yeah. Black Widow pa naman yun. So,
Black Widow,
Sniper is still viable, di ba? Maraming areas doon na magkakaroon ng better placements using a sniper. Pero kitang-kita naman natin sa playstyle ng ng Hardfire na even though they're trying to be aggressive, naka-sniper pa rin sila while pushing.
Well,
So,
pagdating sa sa spray and pray ng AK, feeling ko mas lamang yung eArena. Kasi nakita
that's
naman
true.
natin yung galawan nila with those rifles. Pero yun nga, nagkatalo sa sniper eh. Grabe yung tutok ni Zozo, grabe rin yung tutok ni 0908. Tapos biglang nasorpresa tayo ngayong araw, nagdagdag sila ng isang sniper pa. Si Melo, which is yung IGL nila, So, pwede pala yun, dito sa CrossFire Legends, kahit sa tournament pa, major tournament pa to, ha?
Exactly.
Na pwedeng magtatlong sniper setup dito. Lalo na sa festival map, So, this example being shown by Hardfire, pwede din tong lagan ng flavor, I mean, not really gayahin, Parang gawin example ng ibang mga teams, not just for the PH squads, pero do it as well and maybe give a little bit of flavor, sa kanilang squad and baka maging successful din sila. Kagaya ng ginawa ng Hardfire. And talagang nahirapan lang din talaga tong eArena. Hindi sila makapasok eh. Ang hirap.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So, probably, napansin ko rin, ang weakness talaga ng sniper playstyle is wide pick. Pag hindi sila nagwa-wide pick, dun lang sila napipick off. Pero whenever eArena tries to wide pick their opponent, dun nila nakukuha yung off angle ng Hardfire. So, nakita naman natin multiple times from the 4 rounds na nanalo sila, ganun ang ginawa nila. It's just that, Hardfire was able to adapt to that playstyle. And every time that there's a sniper, defending a certain spot, meron siyang ka-trade-off na naka-AK-47. So, still, Hardfire did a really good job trying to adapt what type of, whichever playstyle eArena tries to use against them. So, that's Hardfire's, secret weapon. They adapt and they control the battlefield after that, evolution from the whole team's playstyle, diba? So, maganda yung pinapakita sa atin.
Grabe yung map control nila, tol. Yung map control ng Hardfire doon sa laban na yun. At kitang-kita natin to sa, grabe, yung tatlong snipers pa.
16!
16.
Wow.
Sweet 16 to. Sweet 16 for Hardfire. 16, 9, and 1 for Mellow. 16, 7, and 6 for Zozo. 0908 with 16, 8, and 1. And more than likely, itong si Zozo itong magiging MVP kasi he has more assists than those two other guys.
Yes, that's true. And now checking out the eArena score, 4 from C1, 9 from Sai. Sugus with 8, 4 kills from Reds, and he almost got the Sweet 16 from Saroon. So even though na ganito yung score, they were able to show a very close fight, a tough match. And like what you said, yes, Zozo got the MVP with 16 kills, 7 deaths, and 6 assists with 10 or 110.36 ADR, with 2 headshots, diba? Headshots from those snipers and 1,545k damage dealt for that game number 1.
Well, expected na to, Maximus, no? Tong si Zozo. I did mention Zozo and 0908, but the surprise of this matchup is Melo. You don't see Melo, or you didn't see Melo na palum-palo. Ito, speaking of the of the elephant, no, na pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, Melo with a 16.9 KD in this festival map at a 107.5 ADR, 3 multi-kills, over 1,500 damage for both players. Saruns, very consistent talaga tong player na to, as he did nung last week, and right now talagang pinakita niya kung gaano siya consistent. Ang kailangan niya ng eArena is to fight against this meta na pinapakita ngayon ng Hardfire na kakaiba. And now, napupunta tayo ng Black Widow. Sabi mo nga, Maximus, pwede rin mag 3 snipers dito yung Hardfire. Kasi this is a map where snipers can also be a threat, di ba?
Yes, especially sa mid, there's mid, A long, and also a B short na open for sniper players. So let's see if they will try to pull off another triple sniper play on to Black Widow. Let's not forget that if eArena will be able to catch up after that huge loss against Heartfire, they will be able to, extend this game to a desert map, which is another map in favor of sniper players. Diba? So, in favor talaga with Heartfire yung map picks. Kung ganun ang playstyle na gagamitin ng Heartfire.
Hey, shoutout ulit kay Vince Ganda na nandyan ngayon. Diyan sa may black up, no? Si Vince Ganda. Yun daw kasi yung meaning ng Vince G. Maximus.
Oh!
Vince Ganda.
Kaya pala.
Oo, kasi yung book din ni Vince G, di ba? Pag ganun. Yung parang kay Vice Ganda. No? So, yun pala yun. So, shoutout sa lahat ng mga... Yeah, now we know. So, shoutout sa lahat ng mga nanonood dyan. Sa Black App, sa Red App, and also sa Blue App, and also sa in-game. More than likely, merong naglalagin dyan para magkuha ng rewards, no? Manonood lang ng mga ilang seconds, no? Para nga makuha yung mga tokens. Pero again, we are going into the game now. Black Widow map between Heartfire of Vietnam versus eArena of Thailand. Will eArena bounce back here? Mawa 1-1 ba nila to? Or masuswip ba ng Heartfire tong laban na to?
Alright. A very interesting gameplay again coming from eArena. As you can see, another sniper from 0908. Di pa rin pinapakita dito. Oh no, Melo used an AK-47 and double sniper like what you mentioned earlier. Ito yung playstyle na pinakita dito, pinakita ni eArena, ni Heartfire last week. But eArena will try to control mid with that huge smoke play. And mag-rotate dito ang Heartfire to B short or A short and as well as A long. So magko-commit na sila dito. Oh, utilities were already expended and Melo got the first kill and a double! Really early double kill here from Melo. And they were able to secure A site using those utilities. C4 has already been planted. More pressure onto eArena. Zuguz will go down by the hands of Melo. Last player alive will be C1 and a 4 kill from Melo.
Inapat ni Melo and nag-switch na siya from a sniper to a rifle. Naka AK-47 na itong si Melo. So, wala rin siyang pinalampas dun na eArena players. Talagang pinush niya agad-agad. 4 nakuha. Still a 2 sniper setup here, which is yung usual setup ng Heartfire. And Zozo and 0908 has those snipers. Uy! Kamuntikan pa. Melo matatamaan daw. Smile will also be hit. Sila ngayon ang may tangan ng C4. Parang plano ata nilang i-push itong A short.
Nice. And maganda rin yung utility usage dito ng eArena. They actually tried to make sure na madedelay yung pagkakapush dito or maging aggressive dito ng Heartfire. And now they're making use of those smoke plays as well. Even though na possibly maubos yung bala nila trying to shoot out those smoke kasi alam naman natin na yung Heartfire is magpupush sa smoke, and there you go, he was able to get the kill onto Mellow, but then there's a trade-off after that kill. So now we're seeing Sai pushing in onto the B site, or A site rather, and Zozo nakapasok na siya sa site. So A is already on their hands. C4 will be planted by Zozo. Napakatapang ha. Mag-isa lang siya doon because his teammates are trying to secure the other part of the A site. Plinant niya agad. So, and now Reds trying to rotate. Smile goes down because of that beautiful rotation from Reds. And he might go down because nag-knife pa kasi si Reds. So, na-timingan siya ng Heartfire dito, and Heartfire secures round number 2. Hopefully, yung composure and also yung pagiging kalmado ng eArena is still there, even though losing 2 rounds really early onto this match.
Feeling ko kailangan na maagang timeout ng eArena, pre. Kasi
Totoo,
parang
totoo.
hirap na hirap sila dito with Heartfire, no? And yung Heartfire talagang palong-palo. Yung IGL, grabe mag-coms talaga itong si Mellow. Pero ito na yung
Exactly.
eArena. Pupunta sa may B, may mga utilities, matatamaan ng mga players ng Heartfire. Pero sabi ng Heartfire, wala kaming pake. Kahit masunog na kami, wala kaming pake, pupush kami. Uy, pero ito na si Rids, mga kaisa, Smile goes down. C1, makiisa rin, pero siya ay may headshot ni Mellow. And Rids gets Mellow down, pero grabe yung bawi ng Heartfire, gets Rids down as well. So now it's a 3v3. Sila ay magpaplanta na. Malapit dito sa may B side, pero inaabangan pa rin ng mga players ng eArena. Si Subus nag-rotate na, nakita na nga siya. Sniper from 0908. And that's the time for Sozo na para nga iplanta ang C4. The game will be paused next time. Parang ito na ata yung timeout na hiningi ko kanina pa for eArena.
Right.
May bulag for Saruns. 29 seconds left to go here for the C4. Nakita na ata ng Heartfire, pero Saruns mapapatay niya isa. Meron nga lang sa likod. And now that's a 0-3. Heartfire leads the way. And now the timeout from eArena of Thailand. A much needed timeout, Maximus.
Napakaganda ng leak out na ginawa doon ng Heartfire. Nirespeto nila si Sarun because Sarun might be able to get that clean wipe again. So nag-leak out yung buong team. Someone actually made sure na makakapag lurk out siya at mahihirapan or para mahirapan si Sarun sa pag-defuse and also pag-push ng site. So napaganda ng ginawa doon ng Heartfire. Even though that they have a huge lead, hindi nila minaliit ang players ng eArena. They made sure that they will stick to the plan, respecting their opponents with that type of playstyle.
And nakita natin yung coach, no? Si Just Moments ng eArena. Pinagsasabihan niya yung kanyang team kung ano nga ba ang pwedeng gawin para manalo sa team na kagaya ng Heartfire. And kung ako rin yung tatanungin, hindi ko rin alam kung ano yung sasabihin ko sa team ko eh. Grabe yung tutok nila, grabe yung paggamit ng utility, saktong-sakto, yung pagpasok din nila on point. They always check the corners then. And now, round number 4 on your way. Still, eArena hasn't won any rounds yet. 7 na lang for the side of Heartfire. And let's see kung makabawi sila after this timeout.
Sure, alright. So now, a pretty aggressive start here from eArena. Kitang-kita mo naman si Suguz nag-push in agad sa A short. And hindi ito in-expect ng Heartfire. Pero again, there's no kills yet. And nice push there by Reds. Pero na-expected ni Melo. 0908 will also go down by the hands of eArena. And trade-off after trade-off lang naman yung nangyayari. Zozo was able to predict na nandun si Suguz magiging aggressive. And he got the kill. C1 though, trying to wait for the right moment here. Waiting for Heartfire with the C4 on that push. C1 napilitan tumayo dahil sa sniper. Smile will go down. Zozo low on HP. Will try to relocate instead dahil sa ginawa ni C1. C1 nakita, hindi umabot kay Zozo.
Oh, and Tiny gets side down. 1 player left to go. C1 para sa eArena. Hirap na hirap pa rin ang mga EA. And C1, naku po, nakita na rin. That's a 3K.
No.
And Heartfire.
Maganda saning ginawa ni C1 doon, to be honest. It's just that Ang ganda rin ng ginawang rotation doon ng Heartfire. Hindi in-expect ng buong eArena na mag-quick rotation sila even though that they almost had the lead against C1 doon sa 3v1 situation there.
Round number 5 na tayo, Max. Wala pa rin panalo sa mga rounds itong eArena. Pero ito na si Tiny. Grabe yung tutok din. Yung iba nilang mga players na naka-rifle na AK-47. That headshot will take down itong si Rids. Tiny though is down to low HP. Yung C4 na kay Tiny rin. Ooh, so Goose goes down with a sniper from Zozo. And si Saru sagabang sa corner. And now for Heartfire, I think they're expecting this. And now tatlo ang makakalaban niya. Smile will take him down. Magsiset-up na ng smoke dyan sa entryway. Set up din ang smoke dyan sa may bintana. And now for Heartfire, they have the advantage here. Nakita na nga itong si Tiny. Melo has the C4. He will now go for the plant.
Alright, napakalinis talaga mag-entry ng site ng Heartfire. Makikita mo, nag-leak out din agad and there's another lurker. Same playstyle from the previous round na nakita natin nung na-plant nila yung C4. Respecting their opponents, C1 though was able to predict that there's a lurker and gets the double onto Melo and a 0908. Putting the game or forcing the game to a 2v1, but then Zozo was there.
Grabe yun. With the swing of that shot of that sniper, Zozo.
Totoo.
Look at Zozo, man. 7-0.
7-0.
Hindi pa yan namamatay. Nasasaktan lang, natataplisan lang ng bala. Pero never pa siyang namamatay sa mga rounds.
Kaya nga, ang lupit ang ginagawa dito ng Heartfire. And they actually just make sure na even though they lost most of their, lurkers and also snipers, kailangan lang talaga nilang i-play yung time, i-force yung opponents nilang mag-push in para i-defuse, and they will just trade off another kill for their team. And then first kill onto the match will be Sai. This is what they really needed early, but then speaking too early, Melo gets the kill onto Sai with that AK-47.
Ang galing din ng Heartfire, no? Once na mawalan sila, may trade na nakasama eh.
Oh.
That's basically their advantage here against eArena. They trade it every single time. And itong si Zozo, siya na yung pumapasok para sa squad eh. Entry sniper, mga kaibigan. Oh my goodness!
Oh.
As they get in, Zozo gets one, Saruns goes down, Sukus gets one though, down to low HP. Nakuha na nga ni C1 itong si Zozo. And it's now a 2v3 situation. In trouble itong Heartfire. Pero si Smile, grabe naman yun! Dumalawa! Oh my goodness, Sukus! The only man remaining. And there you go, Melo with the final kill. 0-6 Heartfire. This is just basic for them.
That's true. Sobrang gigil na gigil ang Heartfire. Umaapoy yung mga puso na ginagawang abo ang eArena for this map. Sobrang ahead na nila, 6-0. 4 points left para ma-secure na nila ang kanilang additional win for this group stage. Now we're seeing Zozo. Will he be able to get that early kill onto the B-Long? Pero syempre, nire-respeto pa rin sila ng eArena. Hindi nag-overcommit. And utilities were already expended. May smoke. And nice kill there by Sarun. Magandang pwesto, magandang playstyle, and magandang timing after that smoke play. And then Tiny, nakita niya na meron dito player which is si Sai. Si Sai hindi nag-overcommit. Bumalik siya sa loob ng smoke and went full defensive. And so goes, being the lurker of that team, was able to get that kill, that important kill onto middle or onto mid against Zozo. And now Smile GG or Smile was able to hear that cry for help from his teammate, rotating really fast onto mid. Melo goes down. Last player alive will be Smile. Will he be able to secure this kill or secure this round? But no! Andito pa rin ang eArena for this match.
May buhay pa ba ang
Well
eArena?
played.
Yeah, well played, Max, no? For eArena. Ang ginagawa ng eArena ngayon, tinatry na nilang i-lurk, no? Or tinatry nilang i-flank mismo itong Heartfire. At W Kuko daw, sabi ni Wovic from Kadiliman Esports, shoutout sa'yo dyan sa Black App. Makikita namin kayo in one of these days, no? Ngayong linggo, week number 2. Pero ito muna, yung round number 8. And right now, Heartfire, medyo nagbago yung ano nila, yung setup nila, hindi kagaya ng ginagawa nila nung kanina. Medyo nagkaroon sila ng little bit of adjustment here in this round. Yung team din ng eArena nagkaroon din ng adjustment. Now the smokes are popped off dito sa may B and A. Merong siya short, tumitingin lang, pero parang magro-rotate sila sa may Bravo.
Right, pretty good rotation there from Heartfire, and still eArena, hindi sila nag-overcommit ngayon. They just make sure na yung sites will have the right defenders that they needed. Heartfire having a hard time pushing with those utilities, especially 2 of them are using snipers. So wala pang lurker dito from eArena, and all sites are actually being defended by both teams. Nag-aantay sila ng mag-overcommit. Alright, and Isuguz, pretty patient here. Wala pa rin sila nakikita. Meron pa silang smoke na available dito para ma-delay ang Heartfire sa pag-push. Molly was already expended. Tiny gets that first kill onto Sai, pero may trade-off dito, and there's 3 kills again from the eArena. Last 2 players alive here will be Smile and also Mellow from the attackers, which is Heartfire. Hindi pa rin enough from eArena, since eArena is still alive from this match.
There's a little bit of life here left for eArena. Parang nagigets na nila kung paano galawin tong laruan ng
pinapakita dito
ng
performance
Heartfire.
ng eArena, di ba?
Oo. Parang nagigets na nila eh. Feeling ko nagigets na ng eArena na kailangan nilang magkaroon ng flank. Uy, yun lang!
Ooh!
Kakasabi ko lang na nagets na. Sabi ni Zozo, sabi niya, not today, Kuko.
Not today. And ang ganda rin kasi ng placement niya doon. Hindi siya ina-expect ni Sai. Nasisilip siya doon. And there we go. Because of that early kill, kaya-kaya na maging aggressive ng Heartfire. Diba? Nakuha agad nila yung sights. And after that, they will be able to plant it all out. C1 tries to retake with that lurk. And as you can see, player number 3, Suguz, lurker again, was able to get the kill onto Smile. And after that plant, 0908 will also go down. Last 2 players alive will be Zozo and Mellow.
Oy.
Napagandang lurk ni Suguz. This might be a quad. But no, Mellow shuts one of his players down, which is C1. 1v1 situation from Mellow and also Suguz. Suguz tries to keep it off, and who will be the winner?
Uy, grabe.
1v1 Suguz!
May oras pa.
eArena!
May oras pa, Max.
Meron pa nga. Well played.
Unfortunately
Suguz on
for
fire.
Heartfire, Max, magsiswitch na tayo ng factions. They're now going to be the global risk side. Which
Yes,
I believe so na may advantage talaga sila, no? When it
Totoo.
comes to this type of map. And now, it's up to eArena kung ano magiging setup nila. They had those adjustments now na 3 consecutive rounds nila to, ha. Pero ito, agad-agad nag-push na agad itong eArena kaso nagkapatay na sila, dalawa na mawawala. For the side of eArena, hindi agad binigyan ng spasyo ng Heartfire itong mga players ng eArena, and now they have to back out. They have to reset. Now they're left with only 3.
Ayan, like what you mentioned earlier, di ba? Heartfire is really ahead, especially sa playstyle nila kapag defenders na sila ng map na to. So they were able to prove it right. eArena already lost Zuguz and also C1 early onto this match.
And sa runes, titingin lang sa corner. Naghahanap siya ng ng opening dito eh.
Totoo.
Kung mainip yung players ng Heartfire, well, dun sila matatalo. Pero again, the discipline is there for Heartfire. They're not gonna let itong eArena na makakaroon sila ng advantage sa runes. Waiting for that right timing. Pero sabi ng Heartfire, hindi namin kayo pagbibigyan. Hindi niya nakita. Ayun, nakita niya yung ulo na tumitingin for the side of Heartfire. And this is giving them a chance to rotate na patungong B. Tignan mo yung minima, papunta na sila lahat doon. This is gonna be a 3-player push all up against Melo. The IGL of Heartfire will have to defend. And now, they're now gonna set up a utility. Walang matatamaan. Pero again, may bulag gameplay pa. Na nangyari, nabulag itong si Reds. Pero alam na ata ng Heartfire, nandito na yung iba. 0908 gets Reds down with that sniper. Pero Melo harap-harapan na down itong si Saruns. Isa na lang ang natitira for the side of eArena. And si Sai, kaya pa today, pero hindi. Naipit rin
Nice
siya.
trade-off.
The score is now 7-3 at mukhang naka-reset na ang Heartfire.
That's true. And yun nga, sobrang lumamang sila nung unang start pa lang ng round. And again, let's not forget na sobrang kudos talaga sa sniper plays ni 0908 and also ni Zozo. Creating a huge lead for their team. Now Sai with that lineup from that smoke, connecting onto mid side. And Subuz, pretty aggressive onto his playstyle here, but he wasn't able to translate any kills yet dahil nag-utility smoke na agad ang Heartfire dito para mapigilan ang buong team ng eArena. Mollies were already expended from eArena, not connecting onto anyone though. They weren't able to apply a lot of pressure here, but EA Suguz with that kill onto 0908. Napagandang lurk na naman by Suguz. Smile GG will also go down. Magkakaroon ng momentum dito ang eArena because of that early loss onto Tiny and also Smile DG after that push from Suguz. And now we're seeing a 4v3 situation in favor of eArena because the C4 has already been planted with that utilities used for that double doors.
Zozo nagabang, merong magpa-flank and that's gonna be C1. Gets a headshot dito kay 0908. Mawawala na nga si Melo. It's gonna be just Zozo for Heartfire. 1v3, time is ticking as well. 15 seconds left to go. Matatama nga ba niya yung sniper niya? Hindi tatama yung unang shot niya. That's a nice try for Heartfire. And there's gonna be a technical pause. Maximus. And I think there's a tech issue happening here for
Heartfire.
the side of Heartfire. So we need to wait until na ma-fix ng ating Marshall. And looking at the situation now for eArena, kaya pa to. For eArena, they can still go for a comeback here. But again, kailangan nilang bantayan itong si Zozo na napakagaling sa pag-sniper. Itong si Melo din, na sobrang galing mag-command sa team and also with those CQCs na napapanalo niya. And they need to get that flank open then here for eArena para nga matapatan nila yung flank na ginagawa rin ng Heartfire. Yung sinasabi mong lurker, Maximus, yun yung mga flank na ginagawa nila and let's see if eArena can go for a tie here with the 7-7 after ng technical pause natin. Para sa akin, I think they can do it, pero yun nga ang aking prediksi kasi Heartfire, so doon na ako sa prediksi ko, Heartfire na to.
Yeah, that's true. Totoo naman. Pero sobrang believe ako sa ginagawa ni Suguz. Puso kung puso kapag ka naglo-lurk or nagpa-flank siya. Regardless, basta makapag-open siya ng makapagbigay siya ng opening para sa team niya, pupush siya sa flank just to make sure na magkaroon siya ng space or magkaroon ng space yung buong team. Depending sa pwesto, if it's gonna be A side or B side. Lagi niyang pinipredict Inaaral niya kung paano magro-rotate yung buong Heartfire and then he will try to flank kung saan hindi pinapansin ni Heartfire yung area na yon. For example, what happened from the previous 2 rounds, sa mid-side siya nag-flank, kitang-kita mo na backstab niya si Tiny and because of that, medyo na off-angle yung shots ni Smile, nakapasok yung buong eArena. So they just need to continue that. So Guz will just need to continue that. Pero syempre, binabasa na ng Heartfire or nabasa na ng Heartfire yung playstyle na yon. So he needs to be creative on how he will flank against Heartfire this time.
Ang galing din ng ang galing din ng Heartfire. May sagot sila sa bawat adjustment na ginagawa ng eArena. And ang dami nilang kumbaga parang playbook yan eh. Kumbaga yung Heartfire, ang dami nilang number of plays na pwedeng gawin, no? And yung eArena medyo I'm sorry, wala na silang mahanap na play dito against Heartfire. Though yung mga flank nga, no, yun yung kailangan bantayan ng Heartfire para nga hindi sila matalo ng eArena. Well, for eArena, if they can do the same things all over again, para nga mahabol nila to, 7-4 na ang score, ha? Kumbaga, napako yung Heartfire kasi sa 6 nagkaroon sila ng isang panalo.
Oo, totoo.
Though, 3 na lang ang kailangan nilang habulin para matayin nila to.
Kaya nga, konting-konti na lang, pero konti na lang din. At pwede na rin manalo ang Heartfire dito since match point will be at 10 or 9 points. And now EA Rids gets that first blood or first kill onto Tiny and also Smile GG onto Smile GG. And oy, apaganda ng pagkakapush dito kay Zozo. Even though Zozo was able to get the kill, meron trade-off dito si Suguz. And now, even though Suguz has low HP, he will be pretty aggressive here, giving more information for his teammates. And nakasplit yung push dito ni Melo at 0908, which is also a very good strategy since mahihirapan ngayon mag-predict ang eArena kung saan sila magde-defend. Pero Heartfire losing 0908 in the process. 4v1 situation and Melo will go down early. Ang bilis. Sobrang bilis ng round na yun.
Oo nga. And eArena doing the same things. Actually, wala naman nagbago, no? Sa kanilang setup, no? And now they're able to get it to 5-7 or 6 or 6-7 or 7-5. So for Heartfire, I think they need to get another play here set up para nga mas madepensa nila to ng mas maayos. 0908, tinatry niya mag-overextend pero grabe. Yung 3-man push doon. Ooh, Tiny will be spotted by Saruns. Na headshot siya with that AK-47. A lot of smokes being popped off here from either side. Sa mid, merong dalawa. Meron naman din sa A at meron ding defensive smoke nilalagay. Itong team ng Heartfire. Pero si Zozo, dalawa! Oh my goodness, 3 pa! Oh my G, Zozo is on fire right now with that sniper. And now eArena is left with only 2. Pero ito na si Sugus. Tinatry niyang makipagbarilan dito sa may A short. Pero yung A short player na defensive side, magbabako na siya. Hindi naman na overextend. Pero 0908 again with a sniper. Itong Heartfire. Sugus is the last player left. 4v1 situation. At parang mahirap na to for Sugus.
Especially 2 of the players from Heartfire are snipers. Then that's what I was talking about. 0908 secures that last kill for that round. Tinigilan nila yung good run ng eArena after that half. Now it's an 8-5 score in favor of Heartfire. And now they're in deep trouble. 2 more points for Heartfire and mapupunta na sa bulsa ng Heartfire tong game na to. And now Zozo waiting in mid side and smoke was already expended. So mahihirapan ngayon mag-clear ng mid ang Heartfire. And 0908 switching to a pistol, just making sure na ba may pumasok na naman bigla sa smoke ngayon at di siya ma-surprise. Melo trying to create some space here as well onto mid side and hindi nag-overcommit dito ang eArena. They're just waiting for the right moment at the right time. Sarun giving out the information here, pushing onto B, pero hindi pa rin nag-overcommit.
eArena, gahanap ng pwedeng mapasukan. Uy, nakita na nga ni Sai itong si Zozo. So mawawala na firepower itong Heartfire ngayon. Na sniper. Nagkalabanan sila, no? Right at mid.
That's true.
Now, the smokes will be popped off. Meron pang flash. So medyo mabubulag yung player na nagbabantay dito sa may Bravo. Pero parang alamata nila kung saan magkagaling. Nice swing there coming from Sagus. Fritz will get Smile. And now for eArena, all 5-man is still alive. Meron pang flank na nangyayari coming from the A site. At parang naipit yata yung mga players ng Heartfire with only 1 player remaining as Melo goes down. Si Tiny na lang ang natitira. Si Tiny na nanggaling sa may A short. Kailangan niyang umikot pero 5 ang mga kalaban niya. Gets 1 though. So yung info alam na magagaling tong mid. And now saan magagaling tong si Tiny? Now Tiny goes for the mid push, pero si Saruns ay nandoon. Ang score 8-6. eArena waking up. At baka pa matay-things up pa nila to.
That's true. Magandang pinapakita sa ating performance ng eArena. They're trying to be aggressive. They're trying to make sure na makakapag-leak out sila at the right moment at the right time. And they will make sure also na they made sure na magagamit nila yung tamang utilities every time they will try to push. And tulad la nakita natin kanina, di ba? They're trying to battle out that sniper against Zozo and also 0908. So, like what I said earlier, wide swing lang, pwede na. Pero Zozo securing that kill onto Zaguz. Mellow low HP, trying to defend that B side or mid side. And Rids will go down with the trade-off from Heartfire. And now it's a 2v2 situation.
Oy, di niya alam! 0908! Grabe yun, ninja moves mga kaibigan. Hindi siya nagparamdam pero nakita ni C1. It is a 1v1 now. Smile versus C1. C1 has the C4. Pero nakaabang agad yung player ng Heartfire. And nakita agad. A 3K.
That's
was
super close.
Yeah, that's super close actually. Yes, I was about to say that. And Heartfire now with a match point now, 9-6.
Pero siyempre pupuso pa rin dito ang eArena. Konti lang naman yung lamang, 3 puntos lang para ma-extend tong match point na to. And eArena using the utilities pretty early with that beautiful smoke throw onto mid para hindi magkaroon ng visual or vision ang Heartfire. And they will try to push in onto A-Long. Walang nagko-commit dito from Heartfire defending that A-Long. Utilities already expended. Double smoke. Pero hindi sila nag-push. So they're trying to make, play mind games here against Heartfire. Pero hindi natitibag ang depensa ng Heartfire dito. Nakita mo, nag-double smoke utility na walang visual ang buong Heartfire pero hindi nag-full rotate ang buong team ng Heartfire to A site if you'll check the minimap.
Oo nga, tama ka dyan. Nasa A short lang itong dalawa. 3 naman. Or actually, 2 sa B, tapos 1 sa mid. Ay pag harap-harapang sniper here, or malayo ang sniper rather, with C1 na nasa malayo. Pero parang slowly but surely, they're trying to go for a push here at A-long. And kita naman natin sa minimap, 4 sila, no?
Yes, that's true. And like what I said, ang problema nila dito, last utility na nila to. So after planting, wala na silang pang smoke up. Unless makapag-smoke pa rin dito yung teammate nila na si Sai, which is lurking on mid side. Now Zaguz with the kill. Zozo having a hard time. We might have a 9-7 here. And 0908, Tiny last player alive here from Heartfire. Saroon on fire as well. Tiny shuts down one of the players here, which is Zaguz. But Tiny, 5 HP in a dream. He's just delaying in the inevitable and 1 bullet left there that was used against them. eArena.
Pinapatagal pa men ng eArena, no?
True.
Kumbaga, nagkakaroon pa sila ng chance na manalo.
Pumupuso.
Pumupuso no? Kumbaga, i-tap-tap nyo na yung, yung live.
Yes.
I-tap-tap nyo na yung live para mapusuan, no? Pero ito na. Yung Heartfire. Sila magsiset up ng smoke dyan sa may entry point, sa may mid. Another smoke here will be popped off by eArena. Uy, pero parang lalapit sila sa may A short. At parang dadaan lang sa may bandang gitna. Hindi sila akit mismo sa short, no? Magpaparamdam lang ng bagya. At parang ang nagsiset up na sila for B and probably a mid flank ang ginagawa nila ngayon.
Alright, nagkaroon na ng info Narinig na nila yung sniper shot from the A short, so lilipat sila ngayon sa mid. They just need to wait for the utilities to be expended for them to be able to have a safe entry. And speaking of safe entry, Zozo goes down by the hands of Sai. This is the moment of truth for them. Meron ng opening sa mid. Wala nang huge sniper play onto middle. But we still have Tiny defending mid. So kailangan na lang nila ng tamang utilities dito para makapasok sila either mid side or they will rotate onto B side.
And Tiny doesn't have the information yet. May dalawang nag-aabang dyan Smile, nakita ata na yung isa. Yes! Nakita na niya itong si Sai. And eArena is now left with only 4v4 situation here. Kakaroon ng setup na naman ng smoke dyan sa may bandang A. Together with the B, looks like they're gonna go for the push at mid. Sugus now pushing in. Napatay na nga niya. Itong si Tiny. Tiny gets rid though. Si Sarun ay mapapatay na nga. Melo! Mananalo sa duelo. And now for Sugus, he's the lone member left. I think 2 or 3 HP na lang ang natitira para sa kanya, or probably 1 HP na lang. And now with a sniper, that's a final kill. 0908 says, itigil na natin to. Kami na ang mananalo. And that's a sweep, a 2-0 sweep by Heartfire.
Grabe. Pero kudos pa din sa eArena. We've seen beautiful plays from eArena and we saw yung weakness ng Heartfire. Diba? So we just need to, the other teams who are already watching here just need to make sure that they will be able to do that flawlessly for them to beat Heartfire, which is Heartfire is the most dominant team so far with 3-0 onto this group stage.
3-0 na nga ang Heartfire, pero tingnan muna natin sa mga kakapasok lang ng ating live stream. 10-7. Pinatagal pa ng eArena pero bibigay din pala sa huli. Hindi nila kakayanin yung mga setup na ginagawa ng Heartfire. And again, it's all about Zozo. Pag nawawala si Zozo, medyo hirap sila sa pagdepensa, no?
Yes,
dito
totoo.
sa kanilang mga moments sa global risk side. Pero yun nga, it is what it is. Black Widow will be taken by Heartfire. As for eArena, this means 1-2 na ang magiging record nila. And bababa nga sila sa kanilang grupo, no, on Group B. And you can see here at the very early stages, Maximus, yung galawan na ginawa ng Heartfire against eArena. Remember, na 6-0 nila itong eArena, or 0-6 rather.
Yun nga sobrang ganda ng nagawa ng Heartfire early. But then again, eArena, pumuso, lumaban. They were able to catch up with the score, but then cut off short. I know mentally training yun, pero yung puso nila dun, they actually recognize themselves na kaya pala ang Heartfire. Diba? So they just need to, do the same thing in the future for their future matches, for them to be able to secure the slot for the semifinals and get that revenge against Heartfire.
Well, for eArena, I think they can still do it. Kung gusto nilang umangat, no, to be on the top number 2 spot. They will have another game sa kanilang group stage, pero for the rest of the week, they will battle against TXD of Malaysia. I'm just looking at the future right now for eArena. I think eArena can actually win against TXD. As for Heartfire naman, kakalabanin nila itong Kadiliman Esports ng PH. That's gonna be a very, very good matchup. Actually, yung matchup bukas at yung Wednesday, Vanguard Familia versus Evos sa bukas. And then on actually Friday pala. On Friday itong Kadiliman and Heartfire. Maganda ang magiging bakbakan natin diyan, pero tignan muna natin yung stats. Grabe, double digit lahat ng kills for the side of Heartfire. As for eArena,
almost.
Again, there were signs of life. And it's all about Sugus, C1. I would also say Rids, pero yun nga, nag-struggle yung sniper nila na si Sai ngayong araw na to.
Totoo. Yeah, it's really hard to fight against double sniper. Kasi kahit naman makapatay ka doon, meron nakaabang na iisa. So auto-trade talaga. So at least he still did his best. And again, kudos to Zozo, the pillar of Heartfire. Kasi like what you mentioned earlier, pag namamatay si Zozo early, hirap na hirap yung team.
Well, Zozo is the MVP. And Zozo has been the MVP also for the first map in Festival. So, very consistent. Max, yung ginagawa ng player na to, no, from Vietnam, from Heartfire. And now, na nakita na nga natin yung setup nila in Festival, if there would be a Festival map tomorrow between Vanguard Familia and Evo, baka naman, no? Pakitaan nyo kami, pero yun nga lang, tingnan muna natin ang head-to-head, ulo sa ulo, Mellow and Rids. And kitang-kita naman natin dito, the IGL of Heartfire Mellow with a 1312 KD, 93.06 ADR with 4 multi-kills and 1582 damage. So lamang na lamang when it comes to stats. At the same time, itong si Melo may mga clutch plays na ginawa rin, no? In some of the rounds nung nasa blacklist side sila.
That's right. All right. The first team to have, by the way, going to the overall leaderboard, the first team to have 3 points is Heartfire, getting that number 1 spot onto B or Group B, followed by KDM or KDM Arena, and eArena will go down to the number 3 spot because of that huge loss, or will stay on the number 3 spot with that huge loss against Heartfire.
Yan, so bukas, no? Nasabi ko na, bukas abangan natin, unang laban pa lang, main event na. Hindi na natin aabangan yung pangalawa eh.
Totoo.
Main event na agad yan, guys. Vanguard Familia from Philippines versus Evolution ng Vietnam. Will Vanguard Familia get a win over the Titans of Vietnam of Evolution? And on the other half of our broadcast tomorrow, TXD of Malaysia versus Paramex Mythic. It's all about who will get that first win bukas, no, para sa ating pangalawang serye. Kasi
That's
kung
right.
titingnan mo, wala pang panalo ang either TXD at yung Paramex Mythic.
Yeah, that's right. But again, a really interesting start tomorrow since we have the Warriors from Vanguard Familia and the Dragons from Evolution. So, tingnan natin if Vanguard has everything that, or has what it takes to bring down those Dragons from Evolution. So, abangan nyo yun bukas. And for you, para maabangan nyo yun bukas, i-follow nyo na lahat ng socials ng CrossFire Legends Philippines Esports on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube.
Ayan. Follow nyo na lahat, subscribe, click here to subscribe, click that follow button. And also, pwede rin kayo manood, no, sa ating app na you can go to the Esports Center to watch and redeem some tokens. You can even predict on who's gonna win on the next games to come here para sa week number 2 ng ating group stage. Pero bago ang lahat, pasalamatan natin ang ating mga sponsor. First, we have Oppo Reno 14 5G, Oppo Reno 14 series, smooth legend. Napaganda kung mahilig ka sa color green. Ayan na, kukunin na ni Maximus yan. Ayan na.
So, nakunin eh.
Kukunin na yan.
Wala,
Ayan.
hindi ko makuha.
Walang nakuha kasi mahirap yan.
Oo.
Baka naman Oppo Reno for that phone. And again, panglaro yan sa CrossFire Legends. Kung gusto nyo ng magandang gyroscope at magandang tutok, baka ito na yung pwede nyong bilhin na phone. Parang magaya nyo si Taka. Nung last week, naka-penta gamit yung Oppo Reno 14 5G. And again, bukas, mapapanood natin sila against Evolution.
Alright. And now, let's not forget to thank OBSBot as well. Kitang-kita nyo naman na capture ang panalo ng Heartfire kanina. And na-stream din nila ang kwento ng laban against eArena. So don't forget to check out OBSBot B2 gaming webcam. It's one of the best, to be honest. As I've seen it in person. Maganda yung camera, so check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Pwede rin yan kay Mauler, isa sa mga content creators
diba?
ng CrossFire Legends. Pero ito, nasabi ko na to kanina, Esports Center event. You can watch, meron mga specific seconds para kailangan nyo i-kompleto para makuha yung tokens. And these tokens can be used para nga ma-redeem itong mga baril na nasa ilalim ni Maximus, yung AK-47 at saka yung Deagle na yan, na pwede nyong makuha sa Esports Center event. Limited edition yan mga yan. So, pagka may tournament, meron mga ganyang klaseng mga skins na pwedeng mabili, or ma-redeem rather. And sabi ko nga, 60 times kayong bibili ng isang bili ng mga tokens yan para nga mabuo mismo yung skin. So, that's roughly around 1,200 na tokens na kailangan nyo makuha. Pero yun na nga, this has been it for us for day number 1 of week number 2 dito sa CrossFire Legends Championship Southeast Asia. This is your truly Kuko TV at kasama natin si Maximus and kita-kits ulit bukas. Bye-bye!